up for Freeman.
What a catch!
That's insane. Or did he make the catch?
That may be one of the great throws ever made.
He did what?
Welcome to Packers Derailed, brought to you by PackerProject.com, featuring Jake the Draft Robot Schyvinck, my co-host, and yours truly, JJ Lahey. Jake, we are doing part two. We're doing part two. It's going to be a fun time. We did NFC offenses minus quarterback last week, and I think anybody besides you and I could have told us we were not getting to anything beyond just that, and that the idea that we could also do quarterbacks and defenses in the same pod is beyond our very wordy capabilities. We should have known. So we're here for part two. This is what the people want. Speaking of the people, we have Dershel saying Merry Derailed Day. So Merry Derailed Day to you, Jake Schyvinck.
Merry Derailed, and also with you.
And with your spirit.
Yeah. Very excited for part two of this one. So.
Fuel for this has a contribution, says, my hands are covered in salad dressing, so it's hard to type, but we here. Appreciate you, Tool, for this.
Fantastic.
Appreciate you. Got Jen Wright hanging out with us in the chat. It's going to be a good time. Tool for this says, I no longer care about the World Cup. What the heck is the World Cup? Never heard of her. Chris.
No, I care. We're just on hate watch now.
Chris the Casual asks if a certain energy drink show or energy drink brand is sponsoring our show. Unfortunately, no, not yet. Unfortunately, no, but I really like this hat, so I still wear it. I love the product. I already had one of their bevies today, but I won't say the name of the product because they don't pay us. They don't even give us free bevies. That's the really
bevies are the thing. Yeah.
Jake, before we get into the goods, we have to talk about two, maybe just one. I think one, because we'll fold the second thing into the pod. But we got to talk about a clip.
I know what it is.
Here's the clip. Here we go. Stupid thing. Why is Jake not on the screen? There we go. Good grief. I like this platform that we use to record, but sometimes it's a little unnecessarily clunky. Okay. Isaiah McDuffie got I think a 1-year contract extension. I should have had the details pulled up on my screen, but I forgot. I think it's 1 year. And you know, a lot of the time you wouldn't think that it's super notable that you handed out this contract extension. You'd say, hey, whatever. You know, he's been fine. What the heck?
I see the cap numbers at the very least, but I'm looking at like I know like we want like the 1 year extension. While you're finding that, over the next 2 years, base salary in 2026 is a 1.4 million. Base salary in 2027, 2.9 million. Guaranteed 750,000 this season. He will carry a $4.725 million cap number in 2026, and then a $5.1 million cap number in 2027. A little bit of cap saving. I don't think we're getting any cap savings really in terms of getting rid of the contract, but I don't think it's really a contract that you need to get rid of because it's core special teams, good linebacker reserve money.
We've already gotten rid of a lot of stuff.
For sure.
What we got rid of was the entire rest of his draft class. Isaiah McDuffie is the lone member of the 2021 draft class to get a second contract with the Packers. So Eric Stokes went to the Raiders, and they liked him so much they gave him a second contract. Good for Eric Stokes. Josh Myers went to the Jets. They liked him so much they gave him a second contract. And then Cole Van Lanen, we traded to the Jags. He's been really good for the Jags, and they gave him a second contract. Amari Rodgers,
sure would be nice to have offensive linemen.
Yeah, well, you know.
Sure would be nice.
We had 2 of them in that class that you could have picked from. Well, 3. Amari Rodgers, Royce Newman, Kylan Hill out of the league because they sucked. And then TJ Slayton, he's still in the second year of his 2-year unrestricted free agent deal that he signed with the Bengals. We'll see if he gets a second deal from the Bengals or not. And then Shamar Jean-Charles was on the Seahawks practice squad last year. I don't know if he got a ring. I kind of doubt he got a ring. I don't know if they give practice squad guys rings, but hey, maybe Shamar Jean-Charles is the most successful player in that draft class because he was a practice squad on the Super Bowl.
The answer to your question there is it depends.
Yeah. It depends on whether the Seahawks give it out or what.
Yeah, it just depends on the team who they're giving out the rings to. So.
Oh yeah, we know it's not like a rule, like the NFL says you have to give the rings to so and so.
Yeah,
it's about. I wonder a little bit how the whole thing is affected by like the owners selling the team right when they were like, would that impact whether you're giving out practice squad Super Bowl rings? I don't know.
Great question.
If I had my druthers, we would have kept Josh Myers.
It's a 6 sell high for the Seahawks.
I didn't think that that Josh Myers was as bad as people complained he was, and then like the fall off, and the huge just lack of any depth at interior offensive line, which was present at the point where we let Josh Myers walk, freaked me out enough. I would have liked to keep him. Eric Stokes, again, I think I just have always 100% of the time felt opposite to the entire fan base about Eric Stokes. When they loved him, I hated him. Not hated him, but when they loved him, I was like, why don't we pump the brakes? And then when they hated him, I was like, why don't we pump the brakes?
Yeah.
So, I don't know. I think that you could do worse than have Eric Stokes on your roster right now. I think we should have kept those 2 guys.
Look at our team.
TJ Slayton. Jake, would you have kept TJ Slayton?
No.
And second question,
no.
If you could go back and rewrite history, do you want TJ Slayton on the team right now?
I would not be paying significant money to kind of early 2-down run stuffers. I think you can just find those guys if you look hard enough.
I think you still could have really used him last year.
This draft class had a bunch of those guys. Some people took them earlier than they should have. Some people waited. So, yeah, I know they could have used him for sure. Like, I get that. But, part of having a lot of picks, I know is maybe, hey, let's trade back. Let's throw a resource at that type of player maybe every draft if we're going to kind of rotate those guys in and out of and kind of roster churn with that position. Like, then you should be, let's consistently get some guys in here. But yeah, this is, this I think opens the door for a really, really interesting game going forward. Who stays on the roster the longest from the draft class? If we go up to 2022,
oh yeah,
who's still here? Wyatt, Watson, Ryan.
I would
Tom.
guess that. I would guess that. Yeah, I would guess that Watson outlasts everybody else because he was a little on the younger side when we drafted him, and you can tell the way the Packers feel about him. So like Zach Tom, Christian Watson, I think those are probably the candidates right there, But I would think Christian maybe has. Do you know off the top of your head how old Zach Tom is? I guess
I'm looking right now.
Let's see. Zach Tom he was born in 99, so that makes him 27 now. Yeah, 27.
Ryan is 25.
Ryan's not a candidate. It's Zach Tom or Christian Watson. Those are the 2 guys.
Watson's also 27.
Hmm?
Watson is also 27.
Yeah, so Watson and Tom both being 27. That's crazy that Watson's already 27.
He's an older prospect.
I was thinking he was a younger prospect.
Usually the boys out in the FCS aren't always the youngest fellas. But obviously Devontae Wyatt was also an older prospect, older than even the other two, obviously, and he's 28 now. So
position would kind of suggest that Zach Tom might have more staying power because you can have 30-something-year-old linemen, and then maybe not so much on 30-some-year-old receivers. I'll make my official prediction be Zach Tom. What's yours?
I think that's right. I can't. It would be difficult if Tom struggles to stay healthy, kind of struggles to come back from this issue. Then I think it opens the door for Watson. But yes, I think those two are kind of your candidates. Boy, 23 gets weird, I think. Van Ness is obviously, I think.
Can we rewind to 21 real quick for a second?
Sure, of course.
Talk to me about Cole Van Lanen as a scheme fit for the Packers' current offensive line. Because he's been certainly decent with the Jags, and the Packers didn't have much interest in trying to develop him.
Yeah, I think honestly, I don't really know a lot of what. I mean, I know what Cohen's offense is. I can't imagine it wouldn't fit at least a little bit. Obviously, they drafted him. This is a tackle who could be versatile. Can't imagine they couldn't schematically put him at one of the guard spots and be okay at this juncture. So,
what did you want to say about 2023?
Well, I was just thinking about 23 and who would be the last man standing there. Obviously, Van Ness and Musgrave are both 25.
So, what do you feel like is the average
is anyone younger
retirement
than that?
age for a tight end? Like 31, 30?
Yeah.
Something like that?
And Kraft
He's
is
25.
obviously...
Tucker's 25.
Oh, Tucker is?
So we're looking at current guys who are still in the roster right now. Van Ness, Musgrave, Reed, Kraft, Brooks, and Valentine.
Yeah. Reed's under contract. Next three. That would be not including this year.
How old's Van Ness? Is he 24?
25. Just 25. I mean, if it were up to me, it should be Kraft, but I don't know. I feel like.
Well, can I throw a suggestion in the ring for Kraft? I think in that draft class, Kraft is the only guy who you're looking at saying, hey, if you had to bet money today on any of the guys on this draft class to get a third contract from the Packers, which they never ever hand out, but if they did, you would say it's nobody, but if it's somebody, it's Kraft. There's not anybody else on here who you would even be considering.
Probably. Yeah. Yeah.
Iowa Joe wants to pick on you. He says, are you being sour about
Why are you even reading his messages?
We're not. We're not being sour about
you got to
draft.
ignore it, and the messages will go away.
We're trying to figure out who's going to be the biggest winner out of all these winners. Just don't look too closely at 2021. That's all.
Yeah.
All right.
Let's see.
I'm not doing 2024. We're not doing it.
Okay. I think it's easy. I think it's like the easiest one, personally.
It's Cooper and
I think it's Williams.
How old is he? Watch him be really old.
24.
No, he's 24.
Yeah, he's younger.
And Coop is
a little
24.
older. He'll turn 25 during the season, if I believe. Or right before. No, it'd be during.
I'll watch it be Marshawn Lloyd, man. Or Jacob Monk. How old is Travis Glover? 25.
He'll be
these guys young. None of them are young.
I think everybody's Yeah.
All the same age. What the heck is
There
it?
we go.
Oh, Javon Bullard is
There we go.
23.
Yeah, I knew he was younger. Yeah.
Oh, wow. Did you know this is his middle name? Pronounce
Did
that.
not.
Say that.
Marcellus? Probably.
Javon Marcellus Bullard. I got to be honest. All right, he's got a, decently cool first name, pretty interesting middle name, and then like Bullard kind of falls flat after those first two names.
Who has
So
the best first name that they don't use in the league? I mean, I think there's a pretty easy one, but he's just not playing anymore. I'd have to do more research in terms of who's currently playing, but Quintoris Jones, aka Julio, is pretty good.
You know what? If we're talking about
We like
just
that.
crazy names that don't get used, do you know what Mitt Romney's real name is?
Oh, we talked about that. I don't remember it now.
Did
but
we?
I remember no, not we. I guess when I say we, I meant my AP government class, because that was election year. We definitely talked about this.
I'm giving the chat 3 more seconds to see if somebody puts it in there. 3, 2. That man's name is Willard Matthew Romney.
That's right, Willard.
Willard
That's
Matthew. Oh my goodness.
And there's your political talk in the first half of the show.
You know we had to sneak it in there.
25. Is it even?
I do think it's.
It should probably be
I do think
golden,
it's-
but boy,
Oh, Chulfa says I like McCorkle Jones.
Isn't he? But that's not. His first name's
It's his
Michael.
real name,
though.
isn't it?
His first name's Michael, though.
Oh, is it Michael McCorkle Jones?
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, Michael McCorkle Mac Jones.
Wait, really? That I would not have guessed.
What?
That's real?
What? The heck are you talking about?
Wow, he is.
Drew.
Mitt Romney, 79. Did not know that.
No, he looks good for his age.
Yeah, would not have guessed 79. Wow. Okay.
Adam Huddle says Mitt also looking 25. I will tell you.
That man is eating
listen,
his
you don't have to like
lean
anything
meats
about
of
that
fish.
man, but you do have to admire his sideburns. Those are some nice sideburns on that man.
Yeah.
I love that Joe said Mitt is also Mormon, I believe. So yeah,
Yes.
I can believe he has a weird name. He is Mormon, yes.
He is.
Durso says he drinks
Drinks
redacted to stay
redacted.
looking young. I wonder if Mitt Romney is a BYU fan.
I would
Mitt
yeah, probably.
Romney
I would
football
guess that.
affiliation.
Be
Oh,
utterly
what?
shocked. What?
Mitt Romney is an avid fan of the New England Patriots.
Well, that's not a college team.
His
but-
football ties include his alma mater, BYU.
Okay. I was going to say, there's no way, right? It's got to be.
His middle name, Matthew,
Oh,
comes from
that's-
his father's cousin, Milton Mitt Romney, who quarterbacked for the Bears in the 1920s. What the heck? How did we stumble into this? This is amazing podcasting.
Yeah, I don't know. We're just guys naming dudes. That's fair.
Drew, Jake.
The problem...
I'm going to let you read Drew's
No,
comment.
I'm not doing that. No.
You
But I will
gotta-
say, Tua, his first name, yes, probably that's a good one. His middle name is Donnie, by the way. So Tua Donnie Tagovailoa is a weird one. Vita Veas, though, is the best full name. No question. Look it up if you got time.
Vita Vea, full name.
Yeah.
Tavita
It's a long one, man.
Tuliakiono Tui Polotu Mosezi Vahai Feoko Faletauvia. I feel like I just cast a spell.
That's the good stuff.
Holy
right there.
moly. Where the
That's
heck does
the
he
good
get
stuff.
Vita from? Vita's nowhere in there.
Yeah, it is.
Oh,
It's right at the
Tavita.
beginning.
Yeah.
It's right at the beginning.
Look, it's such a long name. I lost
Yeah, I
it.
know. JJ had forgotten already. He was like, "Wait, what was his first name? I don't even remember."
Drew said, "Did you know Eli Manning was Elisha?" So here's the thing
That
for
makes
me.
sense.
Always, whenever I see this name, I always wonder how people pronounce it when it's their own name because, like, if you think about like the prophet in the Old Testament, his name would have actually been Elisha. But then you hear people
That's
like
kinda
try and make
sick.
it sound like Elijah now. They're like Elisha. And I always grew up saying Elisha. But what I want to know is when you meet somebody who that is their name, what do they call themselves? Side note, I have a pet peeve. I dislike when you ask somebody what their name is and they're like, "Well, some people call me this, some people call me this." And you're like, "Well, what do you want me to call you?" And they're like, "Well, I don't care." That's a pet peeve for me cuz I'm not coming into this with an opinion about what I want to call you. I'm asking you to tell me the answer so I don't have to figure it out. Tell me what you want me to call you, please.
I like it. Too old for this. I pronounce it, meaning Eli, Tom Brady's dad. We love that. Love that one.
It's a great comment.
And his uncle, Nick Foles, of course. Do not forget about him either.
Big Stick Nick.
Yeah. Well done on the derailing, folks. That was really good stuff.
21 minutes in, should we get it?
I think we should put this in the record though. 2026. Nobody's played a snap yet. Who's the last one on the roster?
The 2026 draft class?
Yeah. Who's the last one on the roster? We're looking
I'll
back.
go,
It's 2031. Hopefully there's still a couple on the roster. But who's it going to be? Let me look back.
I'm real quick. I'm just gonna check their ages. We got
I mean,
21.
Cissay's not
22,
21 yet, is he?
22,
Is he close?
23. Of course, Jagger's 23. Damani Jackson's 23. Why did they draft him? Trey Smack is 23. I'm gonna go. Look, if he's any good at all,
That's true.
if he's any good, like
make some
you
good
can be
points.
a kicker for a long freaking time.
It'd be tough.
I think DDS and Smack probably have the best odds of sticking.
That's tough. That's tough.
If Jagger's really good,
Yeah.
or if Cissay ends up being really good, I think it's probably not McClellan just because of the position and the age. He's not super young, but just like that position gets old quick. I would just think out of all of them, like McClellan, put this way, if multiple of them are good, it's going to be hard for McClellan to outlast anybody else who is similarly good.
Yep.
Drew says Trey Smack's name is actually James Smack. Where the heck's my cursor? There it is. James Smack.
Don't
Smack
love
that
it.
class.
Don't love it.
That draft class.
Well, yes, obviously.
All right, Jake. So here's what we're doing here.
Okay.
First, we're starting the pod. Okay, we're starting it. I put my marker in here.
For sure.
Welcome, Jake. Welcome, chat. This is the podcast. We're starting it here. Jake, we're doing defense first. Yes, we're doing defense first or quarterback first.
I mean, you put his photo down here.
Okay.
And I know
All
you
right.
were itching to talk about this thing that people get really riled up about, myself included. Honestly, I didn't even bother. I don't even want to look. I don't even want to look at the QBs. I know that was today. I'm too busy going to be yelling about the receiver, linebacker, edge rusher, defensive tackle, offensive line rankings instead. I'll let all the people argue about the QB stuff all they want. Get me in the meat of it.
So
instead.
you do want to do the defense?
No. I think we do the QBs. I'm just saying, in terms of I know that dropped today. I haven't seen it. I'm sure it's terrible.
I don't. Let me just get
But
up
let's
front
just
and
do
say,
the QBs. NFC.
there is nothing that I care less about in the NFL than stupid lists. and who ranks where on some list that is made up of the media and fans and coaches and players voting on crap. I don't care at all, and you can't make me care. I saw that people were upset about where Jordan Love was ranked on it because he's at like 70 something. And listen, you get bounced in the first round of the playoffs a few years in a row, people are going to stop caring about your team. They're going to stop caring about your players. So, I mean, look, and then Micah Parsons is hurt. So, like, the one player that the media was choosing to care about is hurt. Like, they're just not going to care about your team. They're not going to rank any of your players highly. And when you blow a 3-touchdown lead to your arch enemy in the playoffs, after getting bounced in the first round 3 years in a row, people are going to stop caring. So, cry me a river.
No matter how much you outplay him. The other
doesn't matter how good our players are. If you're not winning playoff games, not winning the division, we haven't won the division since 2021. So I don't really care about, off-season disrespect. Why aren't they ranking my favorite player higher? It's because they don't care about you. And the only way you can make them care is by beating them. So, frankly, I'm kind of glad the Packers players are getting ranked lowly. And I hope that Matt LaFleur gets ranked poorly on stuff too. Because I want all these people to actually feel some type of desire to go out there and prove themselves. And if you don't feel that desire to prove yourself, you're not going to be putting a great product out in the field. It's just how it is.
Yeah, it's fair. It's fair. No notes. No notes.
Having said that, we should rank these NFC quarterbacks here.
Okay.
So we'll just do elite, above average, average. Below average.
Do we have to rank both Falcons QBs or just starters? Because I'm sure they're both on here.
I think we vote for whoever we want to do.
Okay.
Let's see. We got Kyler Murray.
Yeah, Jacoby.
First
those. Yep. Jacoby's over there, right? Is that him in the red? First row?
That's Jacoby?
I think so.
Yeah, it is Jacoby.
It has to be.
Panthers are technically an NFC team. Don't really want to claim them, but whatever.
Dak, Goff.
Is that Malik?
Yeah, for sure.
Man, these guys bounce around a little bit. It makes it hard to.
Whoa.
Purdy.
McCorkle. We're not doing McCorkle. All three Giants QBs.
Baker, Jaden. Who's that guy?
Those are the rooks. That's goodness.
What the heck is that?
Is that Dante Moore? He's not even in this draft class.
No, it looks like Jaden Maeva, but
that's what I'm saying. It looks like a green tie. It's this, guys, fellas, this is really small. Folks, this is really small on my screen.
I'm looking at a picture of Jaden Maeva. It's not Jaden Maeva.
I think it's Moore. I think it's got to be.
That is 100% Dante Moore.
What are we doing?
You're a year early. Person who made this tier.
Come on, tier Baker. Come on, man.
Louis V. Are we at 16 yet? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. Two
Giants
more.
and Saints. Go 2 right. Yep. Dart and Shuck are right there. Right to the left. There's Shuck.
Shuck. Okay.
There we go.
Let's get the elites out of the way. Stafford still belong in elite?
Yep.
Okay, Stafford's elite.
It's gonna do it for me.
I think so.
It's gonna do it for me.
I'm gonna tell you what, man. You're gonna have a hard time convincing me not to put Jordan Love immediately after him.
It's fine. I think the above average tier makes perfect sense for him.
You know what, Jordan? I believe that you are elite, but go out there and win me another playoff game. Go win me the NFC North, and then I'll give you the respect that you deserve. Okay? I'm putting you right here because I'm.
Yeah,
I need some results from this team.
That's
where we're at.
I will consistently say that I think elite for me is going to be 4 or 5 QBs. Period. It will not
In the
span
NFL?
past that. Yep. It's a
Look, the NFC has all the great defenses,
teams.
and the AFC has many
Teams.
of the elite quarterbacks.
Yep. This
All right.
is a true fact.
Let me see here. Who
else
I don't
is
care what
going
you think.
in
We're
above
putting Goff
average?
in average.
Okay.
Because Goff historically has been the definition of average.
All right. So is he? So can I ask you this, JJ? When you think of the Mendoza line at the QB position, I talked.
Line.
Huh?
It's not the Mendoza line. It's
So
the Goff line.
okay. So Goff is QB 16 for you then, or that QB 16, 17, 18 range. So I always thought the QB like divider line was, for the longest time, Andy Dalton was the dividing line of. If your QB is worse than Andy Dalton, you should be looking to upgrade. And so maybe that Mendoza line has crept down a little bit in the rankings, where it's like, okay, there's more, average starters that can hang in the league. But I'm interested to know, and people can put this in the comments also, where your like Mendoza line is. If you go through all the QBs in the league, like who's the guy where you go, okay, this is it. This is the last starter I'm good with right now. Everyone worse, I'd be looking to upgrade. I think it'd be a fascinating question to throw out there, because I did this with one of my friends in college about that.
I need to think about the AFC quarterbacks as well.
Yeah, no, that's kind of a tougher. Yeah, but anyway.
I'm also probably a lot pickier on QB than I think most people are, because I'm just not that interested in like trying to be an average team in the NFL.
No,
there's other leagues where I'm okay with trying to be average, but not in the NFL.
Should be really good or really bad. Don't try to be mid. Don't try to be mid.
Yeah, and so for that reason, I'm 0% interested in a Jared Goff level QB.
Jared Goff, Baker, I think fits in that.
Baker is significantly better than Goff.
I don't think he's above average. I think he leaves so much on the plate still as a quarterback in this league. I think.
Listen, I'm not going to fight you on many things, but Baker is going in above average. Man. You could put anybody else anywhere you want.
There's just no way.
I'm not going to make you put Baker in elite, but he's going in above average.
He just cannot be that good. It's no way, man. We cannot be putting him there.
He is going in above average.
He hasn't showed it at all. He continues to not show it one bit.
He gets let down. He gets let down by his team.
No, he doesn't.
Drew says everything is outside the pocket for Mayfield. Man, the chat is agreeing with you.
Yeah.
Adam Huddle says Baker is average. Drew says average 100%.
Yes.
Wolfa says Baker is a solid QB who benefits from great wide receiver play. This year is a good test for him without Evans and an aged, injured Godwin. You guys are ticking me off. Dorso says, does that mean Bryce Young is above average?
Him.
No.
Absolutely.
Bryce Young is average. Bryce Young is average. Where would you put? Or would you put him in above average? I know you've long
been
a
Bryce? No way.
Defender.
No chance. Below average for sure.
Oh, okay. I was putting him in an above average to try and appease you because I thought you really loved him. Can we get something else out of the way here? Well,
do you think Baker's the third best QB in the NFC?
Probably. Well, I mean, Darnold.
Oh my gosh, I can't even believe this. Baker? Of all people? Really?
I think that Jaden Daniels is above average.
He's way better than Baker. Yeah, that's right. For sure.
I'm curious where you are on Hurts, because I've always liked Hurts, but I understand people's frustration with Hurts. I think Hurts is above average.
I think Hurts is better than Baker as well. I just feel like
you know what? This is grossing me out.
Why is Love? No.
We can't have Hurts and Love in the same tier.
I can't even even just even setting the advanced stats aside. There's like a Grand Canyon between Goff and Baker.
Between Goff
and Baker. Like Baker has been pretty much for the last, like, I don't know, 3 seasons. Like, it's been fine, but he has been completely middle of the road.
You're saying Goff is a vast canyon better than Baker?
Yeah, 100%.
Listen, I'm. You and the chat are
Like,
both
it's just
saying he's
not-
got to go in average. I cannot put him in a tier below Goff. That's insanity.
Yeah, you could do that. That's well above fine. I can't have Baker getting in a tier with like Jordan Love and Prescott and Purdy.
Well,
and guys like this
Prescott
are like
is
just outrageous to me.
Prescott is a tough call because many years the analytics all strongly point to him being elite, but he also has kind of some down years that, you know, Stafford and Love don't have, for example.
So yeah, last 3 seasons adjusted EPA per play, Dak Prescott is 7th in the league. Let's see here.
Let me ask you this. Okay, imagine that he is not with the Cowboys, okay? Let's say that Dak somehow winds up, let's just say in Seattle, okay? We'll Sam Darnold him. Is Dak Prescott good enough to win you a Super Bowl on the right team?
Yeah, absolutely.
Is he good enough to win Dallas a Super Bowl?
Yes. Absolutely. Absolutely. If Dak and Baker
feels like you have to put that in elite then.
Like, I think no, above average is good enough to win a Super Bowl. To me. Elite is you can carry your team there. Like completely. Like you are a carrier of success.
Jen Wright says that he's a playoff chalker.
Who isn't? There's so many people who are. Like, name your favorite QB, probably a playoff joker, technically. They'd say that about, hey, you want me to go there? I'll go here. They say it about Aaron Rodgers all the time. So, is he also one? Like, you know, we gotta be. I gotta be.
Quarterbacks are.
Yeah,
chalkers.
that's what I mean. That's what I mean. Like, even Peyton Manning's, I think, record, if you really want to go there, is not like great, right? I think he's below 500.
Do you think we have?
It's just that's how it is. There's 2 guys in this like era who are going to be above 500 in their playoff careers, right? Like
Brady
that's
Mahomes.
it. Yeah, nobody else is going to be above 500. They just aren't.
What's Eli's playoff percentage?
Oh well, I guess if you don't get there very often, that's true. Yeah, if you stink for a long time and don't go, you know that I didn't think about that.
What's Eli Manning's playoff winning percentage?
There's something to that, I think.
Cool for this. 1,000% correct. Tom Brady and Patrick Mahomes set unrealistic standards.
They do.
It's 1,000,000% true.
Yep.
1,000,000,000,000% true.
Got 12 playoff games.
Yeah.
Still looking for that. Anyway.
He's got to be over 50% then because
he must be because they never had a bye when they would
Adam Huddle is asking about Bo Nix. Bo Nix is in the AFC, so I'm not ranking him. Sorry.
We will not.
NFC
yes,
here.
we will not. We will not be doing. We will not be doing any of that at this time. Yeah, I see 8-4 for Eli.
Do you think that?
So it happens when you don't
our
make the playoffs
body of
very
evidence?
often.
Do you think our body of evidence proves to us that Sam Darnold belongs in above average?
I think he has. Yeah, probably.
I'm scared to put him here because
no, I understand being a little concerned about.
Don't you feel like 2 years from now we would look back at this and go, "You idiots, prisoner of the moment! Like, what are you doing?"
I mean, it's been 2 really good seasons for him. Here's a question: Do you think Purdy is better than him?
I'm not a Purdy fan.
Okay.
I think that they are very similar talents, and I would put them both in average.
Okay.
Like average to slightly above.
So I'm gonna do this. Last 3 seasons, Purdy higher in CPOE, Purdy is number 1 in adjusted EPA per play over the last 3 seasons.
Right.
And again, I get it.
The advanced metrics
and obviously
have always
success
loved Purdy.
rate, they love it.
They really
because and again, is there absolutely a Shanahan facelift tax involved in there? Sure. Or a subsidy, maybe. If you want to get technical, is the Shanahan subsidy doing some work? Sure. But he has been markedly better than Shanahan QBs that came before. Like it's not like Garoppolo was always middle of the road, 16 to 20 QB in the league, and it was like, okay, maybe they could do this. So, listen, I've been a doubter for a long time in Purdy as well. That one season where it's like, he's the MVP candidate. I'm like, I don't know, man. I don't know. But he just continues to do it. Like, it doesn't matter how many people are down. I mean, he ripped the Rams apart. That one Thursday game where they're trotting out, gosh, they'd go bring Kendrick Bourne back from the graveyard of Shanahan receivers. And they're just torching the Rams defense. Like, it didn't matter.
I'll tell you, here's what I do like with Brock Purdy. I don't like his time to throw. He holds on the ball for forever. But his pressure to sack rate is the best in the NFC.
Yeah,
in the NFC. 9%.
That's that extra bit of stuff that the rest of the Shanahan QBs have not had. Like everything about the Shanahan QB is like in rhythm, on time, precise, accurate, and then Purdy says no, but I can add this a little bit extra to the deal, which I think is important.
Drew says I would put Purdy and Darnold in average, but Purdy is better, and Darnold won a Super Bowl. Huddle says Purdy is better than Hurts.
The numbers and eye test would agree with that one as well.
Purdy belongs in above average. We all know
he just
it.
is, yeah.
Darnold, if we're only basing off of what have you done for me lately, then above average is certainly correct.
That's a tricky one for 26.
I think winning the Super Bowl buys you a little bit of what have you done for me lately?
Probably.
And look. Hey, 2028, JJ and Jake, when you come back and you're listening to this,
well, yeah. Feel free to let it loose. Yeah, feel free to let it loose also if the next 2 years are bad, okay? Feel free to unload on both of you too. Feel free to unload on us too in this moment if you like. So now we get to the good stuff.
I feel like this above average tier
is big.
Is really making me uneasy because
listen, I know he's had double the plays. Okay. But since Jaden has entered the league, they are remarkably similar numbers wise across the board. Hurts a little bit higher. Jaden and Jalen Hurts. Yeah. Those two are I'm trying not to. Jaden's tricky now because we've done this thing with these young QBs, right? They have a big time rookie season, right? And you go, oh, well, they're the next big thing.
Right.
We did that with CJ Stroud, which I was like, oh man, we are like they were putting him, if you remember this, top 4, top 5 in the league after his rookie season.
Yeah.
I'm like, holy cow, buddy. What? We need to slow down. And I think Jaden has been better than him. I think he was better than him as a rookie.
Do we agree that there is kind of a gap between Jaden and Jalen and these other 3 guys? That like maybe these 2 guys actually belong in the average tier?
They might. I think there's
kind of feel like this makes me feel a little less uneasy.
This seems to be more bell curved. Yeah. This is the thing.
Separation there for I think what it is that I know how good Dak is.
Yeah. More sample size.
I
feel like we'll look back on Jaden and go, yep, we just want to see more. That's all. We were a little hesitant because we want to see more. And,
Drew says, can we really punish Jaden for last year when he only played 7 games? Well, let's compare the 7 games. All right, we're just going to go with averages.
I'm going to look at
yards per attempt. Jaden Daniel in the NFC was 21st. Let's see here. Pressure to sack rate.
Oh,
Jaden
do you have
Daniels.
PFF up?
I do, yeah.
Fantastic. And so I have RBDSM up. Perfect. Let's go. So we got all the numbers in front of us, basically.
Jaden, in pressure to sack rate was 9th at 18.6, which is not, or sorry, ninth worst, which is actually, 21st. So he's 21st now in 2 categories. Time to throw, 3.06, not great, not horrific. Passer rating, 88.1.
Yeah.
Which is 17th.
Kind of hovering in that.
Completion percentage, Jaden Daniels, 23rd, 60.6. Sorry, man. Like, just based on the 7 games he did play, he was, and I know he was hurt thanks to Javon Bullard, but he was pedestrian last year. He was very average. Big time plays to turnover worthy plays, 10 to 8. So positive, but also kind of average. What do you want to share with us?
Jacob? I mean, just going down the list of who we've put on the board, right? If we're looking adjusted EPA per play over the last 2 seasons, so that'll, I think, account for everybody except for obviously the guys with Dart and Shuck aren't on the board yet, so we don't have to do that with just 2025. But Jordan Love is first, adjusted EPA per play in the NFC. Second overall to Josh Allen. Purdy is 4th in the league. Goff is next at 5. Stafford at 8. And then we get to Darnold at 10. Mayfield at 11. Daniels at 12. Hurts at 13. And Prescott at 15. Now, success
you can't call
rate.
him Mayfield, man. Look, we did this like last year. There are quarterbacks in the NFL who you can last name, and then there's guys you have to first name, and Baker you have to Baker. You can't Mayfield Baker. You can't call him by the opposite name from what everybody's expecting. That's like calling Caleb Williams Williams. Nobody knows who the heck you're talking about. If you say Caleb, everybody knows you're talking about Caleb Williams. If you say Williams, nobody knows who that is.
Yeah, Kyler.
Yeah, you know what? The difference between Kyler and Murray is the difference between like instant name recognition and like you have to think about that for 2.5 seconds.
Yeah, DeMarco Murray still playing? No, Latavius Murray's not playing. So you have to
imagine I just out of the blue said Jared. Like first you'd think of Subway, and then maybe eventually you'd think of Goff.
Yeah. Yeah.
And then Too Old for This is correct. He said then there's guys you have to say the whole name like Trevor Lawrence. That is a fantastic example. You have to say Trevor Lawrence. There's a couple other guys you have to say like that way too.
Daniel Jones.
I can't remember who else. Who?
Daniel Jones for sure.
Daniel Jones.
You definitely
1,000,000% yes.
I think Mac Jones. You also have to do that.
You do.
Kirk
he's
Cousins?
not in the league yet. He's not in the league yet, and he's not a quarterback. But Jeremiah Smith, you have to say the whole name.
Yeah.
I would also say
Kirk
no,
Cousins.
he's not a quarterback.
I feel like most people say the full name, even though you could probably get away with Cousins,
Right.
but I feel like I hear Kirk Cousins a lot.
Yeah, he's kind of a in between where you could do it Kirk or Cousins.
Yeah.
But most people just do
Bo Nix. I mean, it's just easy enough to just do that, right? Like that's.
Bo Nix is really short, and Josh Allen is really short too.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, Bo Nix is probably maybe the poster boy for this. Of you have to say his whole name. Daniel Jones is probably the very best example of it. You have to say Daniel Jones. If you say Jones, you're going to get punched by somebody.
Yeah. Really quick. Loop back here to completion percentage over expectation. Over the last 2 years, you have Hurts at 4th, Darnold 5th, Purdy 6th, Goff 7th.
Is Love first?
10th? No, Love is 10th.
At times, he's been really, really high on that.
Yes. Yes. It has fluctuated at times for him. But where would we see? Prescott's all the way down 22nd, and Mayfield's 24th, Stafford 25th. Very interesting. And then obviously first in success rate the last 2 years. You already know. It's Brock Purdy. It's Brock Purdy. Stafford 3rd, Darnold 4th. Love again at 10th.
I'm glad
Goff 7th.
that we're about to rank Kyler Murray right now before he goes and plays in Kevin O'Connell's system. because I think it's going to be really interesting to come back to this at the end of the year and see how we view him at that point.
Yeah.
I feel like today, the place he belongs is average with like maybe just a tick below that because of like the high variance.
Yeah.
Where are you on him today, July 13th, 2026?
I would probably put him a step down from our average, fellas. I think
put him in the Bryce
I think the
tier.
volatility puts him in that. Whereas like all the guys above can steady their floor well enough, and I just don't feel like Kyler really has. Like he is, again, he's just very volatile. That one season where the Cardinals could do no wrong until Green Bay came in shorthanded on a Thursday night, right? I think it was a Thursday night game, and beat them. And then they just
it was the Rasul Douglas game.
Yeah, they just faded big time into a first round exit, and so yeah, I don't. Yeah,
so I think
there.
below average is certainly defensible for Kyler right now, as long as it's not a double XP weekend. And I'm very interested to see where he could end up at the end of this season, or even in the middle of this season, if Kevin O'Connell can't revive Kyler Murray's career. Maybe it's time for us to have a Kevin O'Connell discussion. You know, you got 2 years in a row of, like, maybe the magic isn't there anymore. Let's do Michael Penix. Do you think it is unfair for me to put him in the really bad tier for right now?
No.
I think that's where he belongs for right now. I don't think a lot of people see him escaping out of that tier, but
yeah.
Man. And we did the supporting cast last week, so go back and do that. If you didn't listen to that, go back and listen to last week's show where we were ranking offenses minus quarterback, and we ranked the Falcons pretty poorly, despite them having a really good playmaker at wide receiver, tight end, and running back. Now their offensive line is not amazeballs. Which is why we didn't rank him super high. But man, you would think that a decent quarterback could get some production out of that offense.
Yeah.
Tyler Shuck. A lot of people are really high on Tyler Shuck right now. I am not one of them. How do you feel about Tyler Shuck?
I'm not there
His
yet.
His time to throw is decent, 2.7 seconds. He did take a lot of sacks. He got sacked on 25% of his pressures. He had a 91.3 passer rating. He completed 67.6% of his passes, 7.3 yards down the field on average. He had 13 big-time throws and 8 turnover-worthy plays. Kind of just fine to serviceable grades across the board. I feel like you could stick him in average and call it a day. Yeah. But I feel like that does a bit of a disservice to Baker and Jaden and Jalen.
Yeah. Yeah, I think so.
Do you think that Tyler Shuck could win a playoff game?
He does have Kellen Moore. He does have Olave and Tyson.
Yeah, but I'm asking if you think that he can win a playoff game. I don't.
Oh, he? No. Not at the moment.
Tyler, win a playoff game and we'll graduate you out of below average.
Get my word.
That one. Which of these two bottom tiers do you want to put Jacoby in?
Oh boy.
And are we docking him
good backup
for holding out for the Cardinals right now?
I'm not worried about. That seems like a Cardinals problem. The problem is if we're ranking him as a starter, it's certainly
you have to rank him as a starter.
Certainly
he's
below
the starter
average.
right now.
I think he's kind of almost in the in between these two, where it's like it's not like outrageously bad, but it's not. I don't even know if he's below average. I think he's.
I feel like nobody who's in the below average tier right now is going to stay in there by the end of the season. They're all going to move either up or down.
Probably not. No.
Uh-oh. 12 of this said YouTube has not figured out what kind of ads to have on your stream. What are you seeing? I'm scared. Hopefully not ads for Bears merch. That's the worst thing I can think of.
Yeah.
Jake, where do you want to put Jackson Dart?
Oh, man.
Jackson Dart did not have a very good year last year. Granted, he was missing his wide receiver 1. He had a lot of turnovers, a lot of turnover-worthy plays, was a decent passer, held onto the ball for a very long time, did not complete a ton of his passes. I think below average or really bad feels correct.
15th in catchable throw rate
in the NFL.
Season. Yep, last season. So he's middle of the road there. He is looks like middle of the road as well and behind the line of scrimmage. He is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 10th in the 0 to 9 yard catch percentage. Drops to 14th in 10 to 19 yard catch percentage. Way down the list at 37th, sorry, in 20 plus catch percentage. So again, yeah, Dart didn't have his only help, really two of his only helps for most of the season. They had a fun time together winning that game in Philly. And then obviously Neighbors went down early. Didn't get a lot of help. We ranked the Giants last. I don't think it was really bad for him.
Yeah.
But again, the 1 year Shuck and Dart, almost we don't even have it. I just don't feel like we have enough data on either of them really to place them. And like below average is probably where you place all these year one guys who don't really break out because they just don't have great seasons. Like Cam Ward would be in below average for sure. Did not have a good season. And I think Shuck, I'm trying to look where Shuck is. Shuck is 12th in catchable pass rate. He was the worst downfield passer in terms of catchable throw rate, 20 plus last season. So that's another little wrinkle there for Shuck. I think Dart has a higher ceiling runway to get to than a Shuck does for sure. But it's just gonna be one. He's got a health. He's got to worry about the concussions stacking up for him. I don't know. I think you can probably. I just don't have enough info to say it's really bad at this point.
So you put him in below average then,
probably.
Which I think feels fair. You can see the upside. You can see what it could look like if it does hit. So this leaves Caleb Williams.
A lot to talk about here.
Why don't you make the case for Caleb?
Oh man, I brought all the stats that don't do that.
There's a lot of stats that don't do that.
I brought all the stats that don't do this.
It's hard to rank him well.
Let me try to. I'll try to positive spin it if you like. I think I can probably do it. Okay, I think the positive spin on Caleb from 24 to 25 is the dramatic improvement. Pressure to sack, way better, I believe. If I'm not mistaken,
it was
right?
much better, humongously better.
Which to me is a massive step in the right direction for him. That seems to be one of the few stats you can go, okay, that's pretty much devoid of, coaching, scheme, receiver talent, all this stuff. That feels like that's one of the main things where you go, okay, that improved a ton, big time, right? So that's kind of the one stats where you go, okay, he improved there. That's a massive deal because that's really kind of, again, as I said, one of the more
that was the biggest
kind of independent QB stats you have is that one.
Yep.
because because again, the time to throw and the amount of pressures that there are stats out there where you go, okay, is he inviting pressure because his time to throw is longer? Potentially, yes. But even when he's doing that, he is still escaping. And so, yes, I think the separation between the two is, yes, he probably invites more pressures because I don't think he sees the field exceptionally well at this point in his career at all.
Nope.
And so I think it takes more time for him to process things, right? And that invites pressure. But when he invites pressure, he is Houdini, unfortunately, for the Packers and for the division. He is that. I do think he makes the wow throws. That's awesome. Like he can do the end of game heroics, outside of pocket heroics, right? But, and this was the big but in the evaluation process.
Talking about big butts here.
We can't live and die. We can't live and die on those throws. There has to be consistent down-to-down production, success, accuracy, catchable ball percentage, all of that. The positive is that there was improvements year over year.
But Caleb has a big butt. I heard you the first time.
Yeah. However, the first stat that I'm going to pull out of here, 2024 and 2025, last two seasons, catchable throw rate, 39th out of 40 qualifiers. Catchable throw rate. That's everything. That's behind the line of scrimmage, 0 to 9, 10 to 19, 20 plus. Okay.
Yep.
He was the worst. No. The third worst over the last two seasons in catchable throw rate from 10 to 19 yards. Third worst, so 38th. Okay.
Yeah.
Not good. Right. That's right. Yeah. Yeah, it is. Okay. No, it's not. That's wrong. He is the worst. He is the worst. Sorry. It's the graph is just overall, and I have to look through these. No, he is the worst. From 10 to 19 yards. He is slightly below average from 0 to 9, and he is middle of the road behind the line of scrimmage.
Middle of the road, that doesn't sound good.
So, yeah. Do you have any idea, just for fun? It is an NFC QB. He has played for an NFC team. Do you know who is worst in behind the line of scrimmage catchable throw rate over the last two seasons? Any thoughts?
Worst
on who that might be? Yeah.
Well, I know
an NFC player. Might not be a starter. May or may not be a starter, but has played.
So I know that guys who had
Tyler,
worse completion percentages than him were Jameis Winston and Tanner McKee. Is it one of those guys?
It is Jameis Winston. Yes.
Okay. Yeah, but Jameis only had like 70 dropbacks last year or 70 snaps total, something like that. So
yes.
Yeah.
He has 362 pass attempts for the last two seasons. It's very low compared to most.
Not great, Bob.
Someone said Kyler. Believe it or not, 1, 2, 3, 4. Kyler is fourth in behind the line of scrimmage catchable throw rate. I saw Kyler guess. 39th, but there are only 32 teams. Yes, this is counting everybody who threw passes the last two seasons. With at least 300 attempts. So there are more than 40, I assume, that have attempts, but these are 300 or more over the last two seasons. He's obviously up there. He's got 1130, which is second in attempts to Bo Nix.
It's really hard to make an argument separating Bryce Young and Caleb Williams very far from each other. They are very similar in a lot of stats. Caleb holds the ball a full half second longer on average than Bryce does. They both have putrid passer ratings, putrid completion percentages, although Caleb's is significantly worse. It's 5% worse. They're both not good.
So I have a fun nugget here. Adjusted EPA per play, 2025 only. Where do you think Caleb Williams ranks?
In the NFC or the NFL?
NFL.
I'm gonna go bottom 10.
Close. 30 qualifiers, I think, just in terms of attempts. So I think there's obviously some guys who didn't have enough, but he would be 20th of the qualifiers. So very, very close to the bottom 10, just outside. Yeah. How about success rate?
So success rate. So define this in the NFL. This is so like on first down, you're getting 5 yards. Is that correct?
Yeah, you're getting half of what's remaining.
Okay. Half of what's remaining, except for on third down, it's getting a first down.
Yes. I believe
so
that's
on
right.
What if it's 2nd and 10? Is success
5?
getting 5 yards there still?
Yeah.
Yep. Boy. I feel like
Wow.
this is a tough one because his completion percentage is so poor, but I think on 3rd and 4th down he was kind of decent. So I'm gonna go again like right around 20th.
It's 24th. Interesting
Okay,
group
a little
here.
Worse.
Interesting group here from 20 to 24. Baker at 20, Hurts at 21, Bryce Young 22, Shuck 23, Williams 24, and I'll even throw this in, Bo Nix 25th. How about
surprising?
Completion percentage over expectation?
Well, when your completion percentage is dog crap to begin with, your CPOE can't be good. I mean, his CP, all right, forget the OE. His CP was 57.3% last year.
For sure.
So his CPOE, I'm going to say his CPOE, unless there's just something weird where they're like factoring in like the WoW plays. That
would factor in.
Well, but I'm saying like, let's say that he's got like a 1% chance of completing something, and then he does. Like I don't know what the math would be. Where
It's one play. Obviously, there's a
would affect
lot of
something.
plays that go into this. So
I'm gonna say CPOE. He's got to be in the bottom 5.
he is 29th of 30 here.
Yeah, that's
Any idea who DFL is? Dead freaking last.
Is it a starter?
Show. He's on there. He's on our tier maker.
It's JJ McCarthy.
Oh, he's in the tiers right now.
Oh, he's in the tiers.
He is.
Yeah. Give me
Yeah.
Oh. All right. Give me 1 second here. I'm gonna say it's probably either Bryce or Baker.
No, it's Penix. Penix is dead last.
You know what?
So
Penix. Yeah, I had Penix filtered out because he only had 303
yeah.
dropbacks last year.
Yeah.
Yeah. Look, Caleb belongs here, man. And if you put him higher than that, if you put him higher than the really bad
would.
tier,
I personally would. I'm taking him over the rookies last year, but I get it. I do get it.
he is really bad though. That's the thing. We call this tier really bad, and he is really bad. Looking at all these Caleb
JJ
stats,
McCarthy
just
is
makes me
fry
want to
cook.
Demote. It just makes me want to demote Bryce Young. That's all it really does.
Yeah.
It makes me want to put Bryce and Caleb both in the Michael Penix tier.
Yeah.
Look, the NFC doesn't have a lot of great quarterbacks.
I will say
that's just the fact.
There's kind of like a grouping in the EPA CPOE composite that's got Young, Shuck, and Brissett all sitting together, chilling, hanging out.
And we put them in the same tier here, so I think it's fair.
Yeah.
Well, there you go. There's our quarterbacks. We're 1 hour into the show here. I think, Jake, do you want to keep going and do our defenses? We'll have to go a little quicker on defense.
We can definitely do that. So what happened with the QB rankings on ESPN? Have you seen them?
No, I don't give a crap about that.
Okay.
Is it ESPN? I thought it was NFL.com or something.
ESPN.
I really don't care.
Jeremy Fowler does surveys the execs and the coaches and scouts and
surveys the execs. Oh my gosh! Have you seen what these idiot execs do every year?
Yeah.
I cannot imagine putting stock in what they think.
Yeah, we can hash this offline. But do you just for fun, and people in the comments, feel free to toss this out. Who's the best defensive tackle in the league? For your money, who's the best in the league?
Well, in about 5 minutes, it's probably gonna be Aaron Donald. Sounds like.
Well, okay, that's okay. Let's not count it. Let's not count him. We don't know he's back yet. We haven't. That's not confirmed. It's more or less confirmed, but it is whatever. We're not including him. He didn't play last year. Not counting him yet.
Yeah, I mean, I think
it's very hard for me to not pick this guy in my mind, like immediately when I think about it.
Are you thinking Quinnen?
I'm not, but I do think he should be firmly in top 3 or 4 discussion, period. There's no question.
I think a couple of years ago, I probably would have said Calais.
Okay.
I will say I don't feel like there is.
Well, there has to be somebody.
Yeah, it has to be somebody, and I probably would say probably like Quinnen or
okay.
You could make an argument for like David Onyemata.
It's an interesting one.
You could make an argument for a guy like that, but based on last year, Drew says Jeffrey Simmons. Toolful says Dexter. Toolful says Chris Jones.
Dexter would be, but I don't trust the Bengals defense. Can still trust him.
I feel like David Onyemata is a nice, well-rounded DT. I would probably go Quinnen.
Okay.
Are you giving consideration to like Puna?
No.
Are you a
this
Jordan
is like
Davis guy?
These are guys who are. These are the difference maker tier. I think 5 or 6 in like true difference maker tier. Like for me, it's Simmons at the top personally. I think Cam Hayward's in that discussion if we're firmly going after off of what happened in 2025. He is unbelievable.
Big Cam Hayward truther.
He's unbelievable.
I love Cam.
He was top 3 DT last year. For sure. Wasn't even a question. So, Cam Hayward absolutely in the discussion. I think Quinnen and Chris Jones are probably still in that discussion. I think even after a down year, I'd still probably throw Lawrence in there, right?
Have you said your answer yet?
Yeah, Simmons. It's Simmons for me, personally.
Okay.
Now, the execs went Leonard Williams 1 in Seattle. Not a bad one. Could be fringe top 10. Not bad. Yeah. Then they went Simmons, and then they went Jalen Carter 3. And to me, that is draft pedigree at its finest. Not sure what we're doing here. He's not consistent enough. Jalen Carter isn't in my top 10 at this point. This is why I was very firmly against
Derek
trading
Brown
for him. I think
love.
Davis is better than him right now.
Davis is better than him.
They also put Derek Brown above Quinnen Williams, which I thought was pretty ridiculous if you ask me as well.
Yeah, Derek Brown's been getting a lot of love lately. I think it's just because of that contract.
Probably.
Also
they didn't even rank Hayward. They didn't even rank him, JJ. He wasn't in the top 10. They didn't have him ranked. That's outrageous.
Again, I don't give a crap about.
It's outrageous how bad these are. So I'm not even.
Can I give
he
you?
Is. No, he is.
Can I? Give
He's absolutely in the discussion. Neil Felger, 4711, I think is.
What about Tvondre?
Name there?
Tvondre Sweat.
Tvondre solid. I know this one's gonna get pushed back for sure.
I'm changing my answer, by the way.
I would throw Byron Murphy
my official answer is Cam Hayward.
I don't hate it. I don't hate that.
Can I give you?
I think that's good.
Can I give you a really spicy hot take?
Sure.
I think Ojimo should be ranked ahead of Carter.
Ojimo. I think Ojimo is like
Ojimo, Texas.
a very on Philly. I think he is. If there was a
Jalen's
DT,
the third best DT on his team.
He's probably the third most consistent DT. I do think if you did a defensive tackle draft, and everybody started over, Ojimo's probably going pretty high just because he's a younger player still. But Vita Vea did not make the top 10 either. Dershel, nope. So, yeah.
I feel like maybe there's like a top 3
stuff going on, but
I think there's a top
it was
3 or 4. I'd put like David Onyemata probably at like 4, and I think the top 3 would be like Cam, Quinnen, Simmons.
Adam Hull knows what's up. But yes, I think
Byron Murphy is awesome. Which Byron Murphy though? That's the question.
The Seattle. He is unreal. He's in my like difference maker tier as well. I think there's like 7.
I'm just saying we were just talking about Philly.
Yeah, I got you.
I would not have Derek Brown in my top tier of DTs.
No. But yeah, I think like they had Sewell as the best tackle. I don't think he's the best tackle, personally. They had like Mailata higher than Tunsil on their lists, which doesn't sit right with me at all. Just a lot of nonsense going on there. I didn't even look at their interior, and now I'm seeing that they have put Tyler Smith from the Cowboys at 1, which that's interesting. As far as interior players go. But anyway, it's something.
All right, Jake.
It's something. All right. Let's get to defenses of the NFC.
Let's set this up for the pod here. So listen, if you guys were listening to this, we did quarterbacks. You got to go catch the defenses in the part 2 pod. Go check that out. We'll be right back here with you guys. Hey, what's up? We're doing defenses. We did offensive supporting casts. We did quarterbacks. Now we're doing defenses. Jake, we're ranking NFC defenses. Here's our offensive supporting casts. All right, just for posterity. Before we unshuffle them, or shuffle them, I should say.
Yeah.
Here we go. We put Green Bay's offensive supporting cast in the average tier. You may remember, and that was, unfortunately,
I gotta think about this.
Mostly because of the offensive line. We had some huge offensive line heartburn. So we'll see where we end up ranking the defenses here.
Gosh, I gotta think.
I'm going to be really interested to see where you and me and the chat end up ranking the defense compared to where we ranked the offenses. I think that'll be interesting. But let's start first with, we're talking elite NFC defenses. Is there any point in talking about the Rams, or do we just say Rams and move on?
Other than the fact that Aaron Donald might be joining the team, coming out of retirement, I think is they had 2 issues, and we brought this up when we talked about when the trade went down, right? Like Verse is very good, but Verse doesn't have those quick pressures, the quick get off, that difference making few plays per game that are going to generate pressure. He's like a really good proximity pressure pocket collapser. Garrett is different. If they had Aaron Donald to this mix, that's going to include Turner and Fisk and Byron Young. Goodness sakes almighty. And they added McDuffie and Jalen Watson from Kansas City to fix a lot of their coverage woes.
Indeed.
What else is there to say? That's about it.
Yeah, I think that like they don't need their safeties to be elite, which is good because their safety room is certainly not elite. And I'd say like linebacker right now is kind of more of a supporting unit, despite the fact that they've had some pretty good backers through LA in the last few years. But DT, even without Donald, I think is going to be okay. Edge is going to be frightening. Corner should have really no problems. They should be good enough at corner. I think where we sit here in July, this looks like a defense that can win you a Super Bowl.
Yep.
And and I think you could have really interesting conversations about whether their offense or their defense is better.
Yeah. Completely agree.
I think that probably if we're trying to figure out the second best defense, it feels like to me you got to go back to Philly again this year.
Yeah, I think that's right. I think there
Philly
are
still
two other
belongs
teams
in
that go
elite.
in there.
Like there's a gap
100%.
between them and the Rams, but I think they're still elite.
I think so. Yeah,
It's
I know we were talking about
if
potentially
the young guys hit. This
Yeah,
is the
yeah,
most complete defensive roster in the conference. I think
Yes.
they have fewer holes than the Rams roster does on defense.
Yeah, I think so. A couple things on them. You know, we were talking about their DTs maybe getting overrated a little bit in the rankings, but they have a trio of them who are probably all in the top 25, no matter how you slice it. So 3 players in the top 25 defensive tackle. That's a big deal. I know they lost. They didn't get to hang on to Phillips, but they're bringing in Grenard, who had a really good season last year, right? So you have that going for you. You still have Zach Bond on that defense, which he is.
Yes.
He has blossomed.
Zach Bond and
under-
Jahai Campbell are a very nice linebacker.
Yeah, Campbell taking a leap would further strike fear into me regarding this defense for sure. You still have Quinyon, you still have Cooper DeJean. Like it is what it is. They are just really good across the board. There's really just like, the safety room maybe not my favorite thing.
Yeah, they got
team,
Makuba and
Makuba is another
Marcus
one where
Epps,
it's like-
I think, are going to be their starting safeties most likely.
Yeah.
Although there's Cooper DeJean is going to be out there in a lot of packages as well.
Yeah. They signed Reek Woolen, 1-year deal. Again, not great corner, but like you get him on a 1-year deal where you might be able to get kind of potentially some good stuff out of him in that scheme. Love that. Forgot about Jalix Hunt on the edge.
Yep.
Another really
year
productive
3.
player. Like, can't forget about our guy sitting in there in the reserves. Ty Robinson hanging out in that defensive tackle room.
I know.
Who we're going to be
maybe
hopefully
Jalen
talking
Carter's
about a lot
the
more.
4th best defensive tackle on that.
There's a
You never know.
possibility. It's not impossible. Yeah. So, and they drafted Wisniewski from Texas, the safety, who I think kind of, to me, profiles similarly-ish to Reed Blankenship, who they lost. So it's like, man, they just do a really nice.
Yeah, that's a good
They
comp.
just do a really nice job, and I think it's a pretty loaded unit. And you still got Fangio there, so it's not like the Eagles' offense where it's like, the offensive line. The offensive line is still really good. They did lose Stoutland, but it's just this defense. Yeah, they're loaded.
Isn't it interesting how having the best GM in football makes your job so nice?
It has its perks, certainly.
It sure
It
does.
certainly has its perks.
Where would you put the Niners? Because I think that they kind of belong in the next group of teams to talk about. If you look at it,
This is
where there were some changes. They brought in Oso Digizua, the most fun name to say in the league. They didn't do a ton else in the off season. Other than drafting Romello Height. Dre Greenlaw is back, which helps with Kendricks boogieing out of there. Like, this is not maybe the deepest that we've seen from this linebacker room, but they still got Warner and Greenlaw, and I think that's good enough. And you're probably going to have maybe Luke Gifford is going to be out there playing as your Sam backer, which is not good, but maybe they are not going to have a Sam out there a ton, when you're going to be playing a lot more nickel.
Yeah.
I think their DBs, you're probably, you got Jair Brown, Malik Mustafa, Diamador Lenoir, Renardo Green, Upton Stout. I think like those guys are probably going to get more playing time than Gifford.
Yeah, I would imagine so. This one's tricky.
It's weird because you got like
'Cause
3 kind of stars in Warner, Greenlaw, Bosa. But then I don't really hate the rest of their defense. Got Keon White out there. You and I were big on for a long time. Michael Williams. CJ West.
So the DT room is fascinating because you got West and Collins both there going into year 2 as kind of your one techs, and then you've got Odigizua, Grayson Halton as your pass rushing DTs, your 3 techs.
Yeah.
Really like how that looks.
If Grayson Halton starts playing early.
Yeah.
This could be a scary D line again.
Like Bosa, if Bosa gets back to where he can be, which is top 5 edge in the league, you get something from Romello Height as again, DPR. Romello Height's not going to be more than DPR, but he could be quite good DPR. And there's a lot of those that came out in this draft class. Obviously, Warner's.
I would trust the Niners to make
first
that
in
work.
class. Yeah, their DB room is probably the most concerning part to me. Renardo Green's had his ups and downs. They give Lenore the big contract. Upton Stout was, played with his hair on fire. I think the safeties are kind of meh, but again, if the front's good enough, to me they aren't the 3rd best defense. Yeah,
above average feels
teeter
right.
between.
We might need to see them play a little bit.
Yeah, going through these rosters also might kind of recalibrate how I'm feeling.
That's
about
true. Maybe we stick the Niners in above average for now, and then adjust later if
they
we
may
kind of start to feel differently about what average actually looks like.
Right. And so, I think obviously
San Francisco still hasn't recovered from losing Buckner. I agree, but Odigizua might help with that.
That's the thing, yes. And yeah, if they get anything from their kind of nose tackle draft picks, that front with a healthy Bosa is going to be. There's some nightmare fuel there for opposing defenses. I think there's. Do you think there's one more elite? Because I have one more there.
Seattle.
Yes.
I think.
Yes.
I think Seattle belongs in elite. Obviously, I think the conversation really starts with Witherspoon, but they got Leonard Williams, Julian Love, Evan Worry, the other Byron Murphy, the better Byron Murphy, and of course, best player on their entire defense is Mike McDonald.
For sure. For sure.
So I think that this is the 3rd best defense in the NFC. I'm not sure how you could rank anybody above these top 3 that we have in the elite tier. I just don't know who you could even conceivably talk yourself into.
Yeah.
Edging into that room there.
Yeah, I think with Seattle, again, they're getting a ton out of Ernest Jones at linebacker as kind of he's been casted off a couple of times. I will say, I think there's a potential sleeping giant. I know they lose Mafe. They lost one other guy, didn't they?
Oh, I thought we were going to keep talking about Seattle for a minute.
No, I am. They lost somebody else, didn't they? They lost.
Well, they lost Reek
Mafe,
Woolen, and they lost Kobe Bryant.
Kobe Bryant, that's a big one, yeah.
Yeah, they drafted Bud Clark and Julian Neal. We like
Julian
both of those guys.
Might be perfecto in this one, in this scheme out there. Might be
I would say Mafe is
really
a smart one to call out because that was kind of. It reminds me a little bit of like Enagbare exiting the Packers this offseason, of just like proven talent exiting, and like you need more from the young guys in that room, kind of in the way the Packers do.
Which they might have the sleep. Derek Hall might be a sleeping giant for them off the edge.
Yeah,
they still got Lawrence there, obviously, but there's the numbers, the numbers even in obviously in short sample when you look at it on next gen look really promising.
Derek Hall played at Auburn, is that right?
Yes. Yeah, second round pick in 2023.
Oh, 23? I was thinking it was 25.
That's
been a minute.
Yeah, so it's been a little while for him, but it feels like a perfect storm for him to kind of, in this defense, potentially get that big second contract after he.
I will say, I think the only one of these 4 teams we've talked about so far that has good linebackers is Philly.
Yeah.
I think linebacker is a weakness for the other 3 teams.
For sure.
And like that includes, well,
your Drake
I
Thomas,
can't say
your
that
Tyrese
when the Niners have Fred Warner.
Yeah.
and Greenlaw. All right, so we're 2 for 2. All right, Niners and Eagles have
Yes.
good linebackers.
Yeah.
Country Boy Jazz 9423 says, "Sup fellas, y'all do team reviews for redraft?"
You've not done fantasy. No.
Redraft
Fantasy.
for fantasy? No,
Fantasy
we're doing.
redraft.
This is just NFC defenses. We're talking about where the Packers are going to rank among NFC defenses. I think Bud Clark is interesting to me for Seattle because I could see
Yes.
him getting meaningful reps by like week 1 or 2.
Yeah.
I really, really liked him. I was mad that we didn't draft him, and I kind of really like the fit with Mike McDonald, like a lot.
Yeah.
If he's ready, and I feel like he might be, I think we're going to see him a lot early.
Yeah.
I'm
Yeah,
not really
it's
plugged
very
in
possible.
with like the Seattle beat. I don't know if he's already an expected starter. Like maybe this is, not a very hot take, but
Maybe, but I wouldn't guarantee.
like Julian Love is going to be a starter. But like opposite him, like who else do you even have? Like,
I think Ty Okada's probably going to get the chance to.
well, Emin Worry.
Well, Emin Ward will be their nickelback.
Yeah.
So
Rodney Thomas maybe might play for each safety.
might, yeah. Yeah, it's just a question of what they want Bud
Julian
Clark to
Love
do.
and Bud Clark. Clark and Love.
Julian
That's a
Love.
nice little safety team.
Giants let everybody go
That'd
out the
be.
building. Yeah.
Tulva says derailed
where do
fantasy
we-
league. That
where do
is
we
an idea we
go?
haven't thought about before. You know what? Reach out to us if you're
This is the
interested in a
worst.
derailed fantasy league. Maybe we think about something like that. Have not thought about it before that. The team I kind of want to talk about next actually is the Packers, but I feel like we have to save them for the end.
I think so.
I kind of
It's just
I
a question
wanna
of
do 'em
where
right
do we
now, but
go.
why don't we do Dallas next?
Okay.
So Dallas obviously invested super heavily in defense this off season, and you can't blame them.
Necessary.
You had to do it.
Had to do it to him.
So they brought in Caleb Downs and Malachi Lawrence. I think those are fantastic additions, obviously.
And Barham.
They also traded for Rashawn Gary. They
Yikes.
lost Odigizua, lost Donovan Wilson, Logan Wilson, Dante Fowler, Jadeveon Clowney. It'd be interesting if Clowney went to Green Bay. They still have Kenny Clark in the middle next to Quinnen Williams. It's interesting seeing Clark and Gary play next to each other again.
This is just another.
I like Donovan Ezeraku. Have always liked him. They do have our guy Jayshon Barham. Dallas got Malachi Lawrence and Jayshon Barham. I'll say
outrageous. Super annoying.
I think that this defense has a crazy amount of potential, and like most of it is super unproven. Like in the linebacker room, you've got Overshown, but then like I'd like to see Barham out there.
It's probably gonna be D. Winters from San Francisco.
Well, they got Winters and Lufau out there.
Because what's going to happen, at least from what I gather, is that they're playing Winters and Overshown. Barham's going to try to do some Zach Bond stuff on the line of scrimmage, away from the line of scrimmage as a rookie, which seems to be kind of a little concerned maybe about trying to have him wear a couple hats as a rookie. Maybe they'll settle into one of those. But I have to imagine he won't start, which potentially Lawrence doesn't start either for them because of Ezeraku, Gary, which, I think Lawrence should start over Gary, but that's neither here nor there. So they're
I like
interesting.
Their defensive line overall.
Yeah.
I'm not a big Kenny Clark fan, but I like the defensive line room overall. I have big questions about linebacker. I'm a little bit bored with their safety room, and I feel like their
Could be a good thing.
cornerback room is really like problematic.
We're waiting on
corner-
Savon
cornerback-
Revel though. We waiting for him. Sleeping giant out there. Came off the knee injury, didn't really play. Another year removed from it. That could be some good stuff.
It's probably going to be Kobe, Durant, and Deron Bland.
Yeah,
at corner.
Probably. But Revel we're waiting
They
on.
do have rookie Devin Moore, who we liked.
Do.
It's
an Adam Huddle favorite, if I'm not mistaken.
There are maybe some similarities here, minus safety.
I feel like they're going to be able to rush the pass
to the Packers defense. In
Yeah.
that fully healthy, D-line should be a strength. Corner might be a big weakness. You're not really sure what you have in linebacker.
Yeah.
I think safety is where there's a chasm of difference. Like, Dallas's best safety is probably Malik Hooker, but it might be Jalen Thompson.
Yeah, it's a fine room. It's not my favorite. Not my least favorite. I think it's fine. I think like if Barham ends up being an edge, just rush the passer, I think it's average still. But like I think having Q there is a big deal for them. Downs, I think we all know, is going to be just ridiculous as a rookie. I still think. Again,
I feel stupid. We were just talking about safety and didn't even say Downs.
Yeah, Downs is because they so it's from how it sounds.
He's
from
going to be
how
a
it
day
sounds.
one starter. What are we talking about?
From how it sounds, they want Parker wants him in DeJean's role early in the nickelback position, apex defender, do all of this stuff near the line for our defense. Even kind of what Bond does of put him on the line of scrimmage. They want him to be the Eminwari apex defender, cover everybody, be a fit in the run because he tackles so well. And then
his stats will be nice.
When they get to later stuff, they want him poaching as a backside safety. They want him top down. They want him doing the post snap rotation either deep down the field of post safety or into the robber rat looks. Like they're going to be doing apparently just so much. He's going to be a lot on his plate, and he's probably going to win Defensive Rookie of the Year. It just feels like that's probably what's going to happen.
I think it's defensible to put them in average until you actually see them play, but I have a hard time
if
imagining that they're not going to hit on this amount of talent to at least be above average.
Here's what I will say. So because we were talking about like who can win the Super Bowl, right, this year, and where we have put Dak, okay, where we have put their offense without QB, where JJ wants to put their defense. To me, this is a team who can win it. They can win it.
Should be good.
They absolutely can win it this year. If the defense, even if the defense goes to above average, which I think I'm in agreement that I think they can get there. I would like to see it at a lot of different spots, and there might be a decent learning curve, right? In terms of the scheme.
Are you a Brian Schottenheimer believer?
Sometimes the boring hires work. Sometimes they work. It wasn't a flashy. It was kind of like, oh, wow, okay, fine, whatever. And we kind of moved on. And him and Clayton Adams are like, they're not following a specific, script of like, oh, we got to be like the Mick Shanahan tree, can't do our own thing. And they've kind of just cooked up their flavor a little bit of how they want to run stuff, which I think is a benefit to them. I don't know what I'm doing. I'm fooling myself again. This is going to be a rug pull of epic proportions as I sit here in July and August going, yeah, Dallas can win the Super Bowl. They can absolutely do it. And then they don't do it. It's like, oh, you absolute moron. What are you thinking? Every time you do this is what happens.
Take this to the bank, Jake. I will bet my life savings on this one. All right.
Okay.
Cowboys are going to get double-digit wins in the regular season. They're going to win 0 or 1 playoff games. they are going to be in contention to win the NFC East, and they might do so. And the media is going to talk about them all year long. And when they do get bounced out of the playoffs in either the first or the second playoff game, it's going to be an embarrassing shellacking.
Probably.
Take that to the bank.
Probably at the hands of one of those teams above them on this tier baker here.
Or the Green Bay Packers, should we get so
or
lucky
the
as to
Green
get
Bay
matched up
Packers,
against them.
maybe.
You know what? If we're going to backdoor in as the 7th seed again, then
Hopefully Dallas is the 2,
then
baby.
please make Dallas the 2 seed.
I mean, in
I
theory,
would appreciate that.
In theory, they should be.
Oh my gosh, could you imagine beating
being
Kenny
honest.
Clark and Rashawn Gary in the playoffs? That'd be so
Just an
freaking fun.
absolute tour de force, just rolling through.
Where
once
to beat
again.
Mike McCarthy? Now we
Parsons has 2 sacks, strip sack, interception, just
Look, you
nightmare
can-
stuff for Jer Bear up there.
You can change anything and everything, but until you change that logo, nothing's changing.
Sorry,
I think above average feels
take
correct for them.
I'm gonna take the fall for this team. That's fine. I'll be the one to do it. I will be the one to go down with the Titanic. This is the Dallas Cowboys every year. It's fine.
Okay.
Last year, no thank you. This year, I'm in.
No, I mean I appreciate that because we do need to make sure that we jinx them, right?
Yeah.
We don't want to reverse jinx them.
My
We gotta jinx
biggest
them.
concern
Which
is
is also why I feel good about putting their defense
Like-
in above average.
well, okay. Again TBD on those 2 up there based on what we see going forward. But I think, my biggest worry is going to be if everybody's on board. If everybody's on board with Dallas in August, I'm out. I'm not doing that. I'm not doing what everybody.
I think everybody will be on them.
Yeah, so maybe I need to be out, but for now,
You know why? Because
For now, I'm in.
we're gonna see something in the preseason from Caleb Downs that is gonna make everybody lose their minds.
He's gonna make one play, gonna leave.
Yep.
Which he should do. He should not be playing all preseason.
Yes. Yes.
Because we need that man. We need that man healthy. Gosh, where do we go? Where do you want to go?
We gotta
now?
stick in the NFC East. Let's do Washington, man. Obviously,
Okay.
Washington.
This is a team.
I gotta say,
Do not have a.
we can go through like their draft and all that. It's not great.
Gosh.
They got Odafe Owe, and they got Tim Settle,
Oh my.
and they don't have much else.
Oh my god. Oh man.
They got Leo
Linebackers. I'm honestly not offended by their linebacking core.
Well, no, they drafted Sonny Styles.
Styles, Chanel, Frankie Louvu. I'm not offended.
If they still had Bobby Wagner, I'd be interested.
Everywhere else, I am offended.
Could you imagine Sonny Styles getting to play next to Bobby Wagner? Holy crap, that'd be nice.
Everywhere else, other than linebacker, I feel offended by this team.
They lost Marshawn Lattimore,
Ugh.
Bobby Wagner. They did bring in Rasul Douglas. I wouldn't be that
This is
surprised to see
This is gross.
Rasul starting for him. Here's who else they have at corner. They got Amik Robertson, who was probably the Lions' best corner, and he was bad. They got Mike Sanders still, who hasn't really figured it out yet. They got our guy Trey Amos, who I think probably is going to have a better year this year than he did.
I hope
last
so. Otherwise, that take's going to look terrible. But it is what it is. Well, Sainer still, they had him playing outside corner last year because they didn't have anybody else who could do it. Because
Which is why I think Rasul might be out there. If you have Rasul outside,
So,
you can put
does that
Sanders still
mean-
back in the slot?
Yeah, so Amik doesn't play then. Amik
Who
Robertson's a
cares?
reserve, right?
Hunt him.
I know. I'm saying like the way they have the way they have the depth chart set up, I think is incorrect. But it's fine. It is what it's early. Oh wait, okay, sure. Caleb Chase on. I don't know about the reclamation project there. Dorrance Armstrong,
a lot
Joshua
more scared.
Josephs.
I'm really scared about defensive tackle. You
No,
got
that's
Deron
also
Payne,
not good either.
The ghost of Javon Kinlaw. Got Tim Settle.
Johnny Newton foot injury, can't stay healthy.
Yeah.
I don't.
I
like
think this is going to be a pretty bad defense.
I think it's gonna
pretty
be pretty
bad.
bad. They just It's a lot of money
linebacker
for
might
Oweh.
elevate them
It's
if
a lot of money for
Sonny
Oweh.
Styles and Leo Chenal kind of hit.
They're gonna be. I have this picture in my head. It's like week 7. Styles and Chenal are in position. They're making tackles, and then in coverage, they're like in the right spots. And the entire secondary is just an absolute mess in communication. Also, don't forget this is a Durante Jones coached defense. You know,
This is true.
and
Does that
like
move them up or down for you?
it doesn't. No, I think it just accentuates our feeling about the linebacking room. I think it's gonna be great. I think Durante Jones gonna have those boys humming. Like I have no doubt about that. I just don't think he's been dealt a nice hand here.
They're gonna run 3-4, aren't they?
I would assume so. Yeah, I would assume so.
Yeah. So you're only really playing 2 linebackers at a time then. So my question would be like,
They might walk Luvu or Chenal down potentially.
I kind of wouldn't be surprised to see Styles Luvu as the linebackers.
Chenal might be a
Chenal.
Sam Backer on or just an outside linebacker.
But are they going to be
quote
using
unquote,
Sam
really.
Backer that much?
I guess
Really?
not Sam Backer, just outside linebacker. I think you can't have there at
You
least
got Clavon
on
Chase
our
on,
lads.
Odafe Owe.
This is a lot of guys who can't defend, who are not great defending the run. And should all at least go take on blocks for you a little bit. So that's going to be interesting.
They clearly belong in at least below average. Would you put them in really bad?
I don't know if really bad. I think TBD on that, but I think that's right for now.
The DBs is what has me really nervous.
Yeah, I agree.
Who's their best defensive back? Period.
It's got to be Sainer still. I think.
And he
At
was
least
awful last year, playing out of position.
Right.
Put him. They got to put him
back in the right
slot.
position. I think we're okay.
That's why I think like Rasul is going to be a starter because you have to have, unless they can find somebody else to go be a starting cornerback on the outside. Yeah. Like you got to have Sanders still inside. Get rid of Amik.
I would think so. Okay, are we staying in the East? I know we got.
Yeah, let's do the last one. We got the Giants up last. The Giants look significantly better on defense than the Commanders do, which is not the hardest bar to clear. Looking at what they did this offseason, the Giants, of course, they hired John Harbaugh.
Brought a lot of guys over from there.
They brought in Tremaine Edmonds, Greg Newsome, DJ Reader.
Listen, they got 3 of my faves.
Shelby Harris. They drafted Arvell Reese. They, of course, don't have Dexter Lawrence anymore.
Man of culture. Could have had Caleb Downs as well. Got to point that out. What are you doing?
Woulda, coulda, shoulda.
Should have done that. Inexcusable.
Bobby Okereke is gone.
Yep.
I know it's not how you say it, but that's how he was announced his draft. So at edge,
drafted Colton Hood.
It's at edge. It's Brian Burns, Kayvon Thibodeau, and Arvell Reese.
And Abdul Carter.
Unless the Giants can find a buyer for Thibodeau, because they do not want to keep him.
Carter will play, obviously, as well. 3rd overall pick in 25. It sounds like Reese is playing linebacker. Which, yeah. Let's ride.
So that's interesting. So you're going to have Carter
ride.
and Burns on the outside, Abdul Carter and Brian Burns on the outside.
Yep.
Arvell Reese at backer next to Tremaine Edmonds. So then your DTs, you're going to have DJ Reader and Shelby Harris and
our guy.
Darius
Yeah.
Alexander, Toledo.
Yeah.
I don't hate that. I think Darius is clearly the weak link in that front 7.
For sure.
But I'm okay with that. I think that's a really good front 7. I kind of hate their cornerback room. I think probably their most promising corner would be Drew Phillips in the slot. Otherwise, it's Paulson Adebo, Greg Newsome. It's amazing that Newsome was only drafted in 21. It feels like he's been in the league since like 2019.
Yeah.
and
Holland Newman is like
any good safeties at all? They don't have any good safeties.
Newman has not delivered as a second-round pick to this point.
You're going to be able to throw on this team all day.
Yeah.
And you're going to have a hard time
Front good, secondary bad.
running against
Better
them.
than Washington.
Is this like the definition of like an average defense because the crazy
so.
good front seven outweighs the crazy bad backfield?
Probably.
Or secondary, I should say.
Probably.
I just think like they're going to absolutely tee off on some teams and then get shredded by other teams.
Yep.
And to me, that kind of averages out.
I think so. Average but volatile.
And if they could get some competent DB play,
yeah.
like if this secondary can just be kind of average, I think that front seven can make the secondary right.
Should we go to the foil of the Giants next?
Who is the foil of the Giants?
I think it's Chicago, right? I think it's the perfect foil.
Oh, I see what you're saying.
Secondary good, front not good. Not good, man.
We could do that.
I just man, let me say.
Yeah, I mean the interesting thing
Brother.
with them is that like the linebackers, Devin Bush finally figured out how to play football.
Yes.
With
Is that a flash in the
Cleveland,
pan?
right?
Yeah.
Cleveland is where he figured
That's
it out
correct.
again.
Yes.
Yeah?
With
They
Schwartz.
sucked butt for 1,000 years in Pittsburgh, figured it out in Cleveland, and then went to Chicago and had probably his best year ever. I think he was better in Chicago than he was in Cleveland. They still have TJ Edwards and Jack Sanborn, and I like Jack Sanborn but better than I think most people do. I think this is a really solid linebacker room.
I really like Keyshawn Elliott, which is annoying.
I can't pretend to have an opinion on Keyshawn.
Really liked him. Didn't like that. They got three guys I liked: Thieneman and Elliott and Vandenberg. But again, Vandenberg, you can't count on to be like a difference maker year one. The 6th-round pick, and like your 6% of your cap's going to Grady Jarrett, another 6% to Odie Yingbo.
Well,
Montez Sweat has a lot of money.
Let's pick a room.
Dexter.
You want to do the safeties here?
Safeties are good. One of my faves.
Kobe Bryant and Dylan Thieneman are going to be the starters, right?
Fantastic. Yep. Fantastic. No notes. One of the better pairings you'll see in the NFC here.
I don't know. I feel like it's way too early to say that. We have no idea.
If we were hyping up
unproven safety,
if we were hyping up Caleb Downs, who hasn't played yet in the league,
that's not why we ranked Dallas where we did. We were just highlighting.
That was part of it for me, for sure. If you're putting him above average, it's because of 18. For sure.
No, I was.
That's for sure why. Him and Quinnen would be the
But
two
I also
guys
like Caleb
above.
Downs a heck of a lot more than I like Thieneman.
I guess. I think Thieneman for me was like 9th, 10th, 11th best player in this class. And just was, just unfortunate difference maker. Did it in every type of defense. 3 safety defense at Oregon, which is going to be popular in the league. Single high post safety at Purdue. Just kind of did all of it. Versatility is the name of the game, as we're going to see with Caleb Downs all year too. And I think Kobe Bryant, really underrated part of the secondary in Seattle.
I'll be interested to see what he does in Chicago.
As you should.
I think it is not out of the realm of possibility for Kobe to take a step back this year and for Dylan to actually be the best safety in that room.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
I'm not saying I'm betting against Kobe, but
would agree.
To me, I just need to. I'm just nervous about the safety room. It just feels very unproven to me in a way that some of the other safety rooms that we've talked about that kind of didn't have the ceiling that the Bears do.
Yeah.
I'm just more questioning, let's just say that Thieneman just isn't ready to go. I just don't know who they're playing in his stead.
I think he's Well, I think he's gonna play.
Sorry, what?
He's playing. He's gonna play all year.
Okay,
they're gonna do the. You figure it out. You're getting snaps all year.
Okay, let's say he gets abducted by aliens, right? He can't play for 3 weeks, whatever. Who the heck are they putting out there opposite Kobe? Like, I think this room is paper thin.
I think you could put Kobe and whoever, and I'd probably still take them over San Fran with Mustafa and Brown, who I think are not great, really. So,
to me, the strength of this defense is clearly the linebackers, and then you have a good reason to be optimistic about the safeties, optimistic that you're going to get above average play out of the corners. I'm looking for what on this defense is going to make up for the atrocious D line, because it's pretty bad. It's Montez Sweat and nobody, which there's not an NFL fan who wants to say that about their defensive line. It's Montez Sweat and nobody.
Yep, that's it.
We have Adam Huddle's comment, stinky unit, pinned from forever ago.
Austin
and I just
Booker.
want to let that be the answer about Bears D-line. Where would you rank the Bears defense in the NFC? Would you put them in the same tier as the Giants?
I don't know.
I kind of want to go below average because of that D-line. Because I don't know how they're going to stop. The only way they're going to stop the run is with the linebackers, which is going to really open them up to, like, good heavens, go play some play action against this team.
There's just a lot of there's a lot of stress on Edwards and Bush and Jalen Johnson and the safeties. There's a lot of it. And
the thing is,
they're going to be stressed a ton because they just don't have. Like, they asked Ben Johnson about the defensive line in the pass rush, and he goes, we'll coach him. It's like, okay, but, like, and someone, I don't remember what pod I was listening to, but, like, the coaching brings up your, like, below average rotational roster guys into, like, average players.
Yes.
I don't think you're going to, coaching-wise, produce a superstar from what you have right now.
Here's the huge thing with Chicago. This is such an easy defense to fix because all you have to do is go out there and add somebody competent at D-line. Because the rest of the roster, I think, is good enough that if D-line doesn't remain the horrific hole that it is right now, you can make up for it.
Yeah.
Sorry, I'm trying to get my camera turned back
on.
No,
you're good. It's I think that's totally fine for them. All right, we have 8 teams left. Ooh, my goodness. Okay. We're going to have to push the envelope a little bit here.
I think I got my camera.
You got it? Okay.
I think so.
Okay.
One more time. Drew says JJ's mic got weird. No, I had to walk around the other side of my desk to try to fix the camera. Sorry
about that. It's a proximity issue.
Joe, I see your comment. I appreciate it. I can't put it on the screen or say it out loud, but I appreciated it. I'm interested in doing the Lions next.
Okay.
Does that sound good to you?
Yeah.
So it's going to kind of be the theme of the NFC North, but like the D-line here. D-line and corners are a problem in this division. They really are.
Yeah.
They drafted Derek Moore, who I did not like at all.
Yeah, it's got to be carried by 4 players defense right now.
Hutchinson, Jack Campbell, Brian Branch.
Yeah.
Who's the other?
Kirby would be
Kirby Joseph. Duh.
Yeah. That's it. Those you got to be carried by the 4. Like, they continue to add like nose tackles. They have an obsession with them. Drafted Tyleik Williams in the first round last year. No idea why they did that.
I think Ali McNeil is really underrated.
He is, but he's been, and being further removed from the injury should be a beneficial thing for him.
Was Nwuzurike hurt last year?
I feel like their defense always hurt.
I think the Lions are close to being good on defense. So they have one really good edge, two good safeties, one really good linebacker, and then they have three guys who I think have significant potential at D tackle, which would be McNeil, Tyleik Williams, and Nwuzurike. I think all three of those guys have potential to give you what you need. And so their problems continue to be at corner, where kind of the only decent guy they have is DJ Reed. They did bring in Roger McCreary this offseason. I would think he's probably going to play in the slot.
Yeah.
I'll be interested to see how Jimmy Rolder fills in at linebacker in the Anzalone. I never liked what Anzalone did, so I think it is not going to be hard to not downgrade there. But I am curious to see how he fits in.
Yeah, I guess I forgot about the injuries because Branch has the Achilles tear, which is not good.
Branch is not going to be back until December.
But then, I'm seeing Kirby Joseph might not play all year. I don't remember him getting knee surgery.
Kirby Joseph
I don't see anything
surgery, knee surgery. He will not undergo. So this report came out 7 days ago. Will not undergo knee surgery. Says surgery.
Yeah,
will not
that being in
help
flux. That being in flux does not help this team at all.
So,
oh boy,
the guy. I don't even know how you say this guy's name. Christian. How do you say his last name? Izian?
Oh. Yeah, Eisen.
Christian Eisen and Chuck Clark are probably your starting safeties until Kirby gets back.
Goodness sakes.
Which freaks you out with the corners. Feels like this is going to be a very similar defense to what we saw out of Detroit last year.
Yeah.
So
as it turns
out,
a
noted Brad Holmes hater.
As
I
said,
think that he did much to improve the team.
As I said all along, this team's going to be carried by two guys early in the season, in McNeil and Hutch and maybe Campbell. So those are the three guys. If McNeil comes back to himself, goodness sakes,
average.
I mean, when the safeties are back, sure. To start the season, they won't be back, it sounds like. So that's bad news. Yeah. I don't know.
If Kirby's going to be back sooner rather than later,
that'll help. DJ Reed's not outrageous, I guess, at corner, but it's not that great.
Lions Beat is talking about whether or not he'll be ready to suit up for week 1. So to me, that doesn't sound like he's going to be out till November.
Yeah.
I think you got to put them in average and then, acknowledge that if Kirby misses a lot of time, it's a bad safety room behind him.
Yeah, for sure.
To me, I feel like the biggest thing with the Lions defense is that average kind of feels like they're ceiling until Brian Branch gets back.
Yeah.
I don't know how you elevate this to above average. Because you don't.
No. Honestly,
maybe another defensive end on the roster comes alive, or maybe you go.
But man, if they weren't the team to go after
trade for
Garrett,
Max
are they really going to go after anyone else? I don't know.
I don't think so.
Maybe Sweat. Maybe they go after Sweat. I don't know, but
I do think they're in on Sweat.
Yeah. Okay. Who stinks? Who
stinks? A lot of the remaining teams
stinks?
Probably.
Okay.
Cardinals probably stink.
Probably. Listen.
Oh, hold on. Wait, shouldn't we finish? Should we do the Vikings?
Sure.
let's stay in the division here. We won't do the Packers, but we'll do the Vikings.
Yeah.
The Vikings, to me, this is like such a across the board average roster, but Flores. So I think if you they lost
I
Grenard.
hate this depth chart so bad, so much. It looks.
They lost
horrible.
Hargrave, Allen, Harrison Smith. They did draft Jake Golday. Look, it's tough because they don't have a GM.
this.
They didn't have a
really
GM
hate
for this
this.
offseason.
Ugh.
Byron Murphy is probably going to be their nickel. Their safeties, you're looking at Josh Metellus and Theo Jackson.
Yeah.
Corners.
Rookie Jacoby
Corners
Thomas.
are probably really underrated. James Pierre and Isaiah Rogers. These are not names that people know, but I think they're underrated. I think they're good enough, and they're probably the best cornerback room in the division.
Yeah, which to me is kind of like.
They got Caleb Banks and Jalen Redmond in the middle.
Found this
still
nickel
got-
in the fountain compared to the rest of the pennies. Not valuable at all, but more valuable, I guess. I hate this unit.
I'll say
so
what they
much.
don't have. They don't have
really
any
hate
edge
this.
rushers. Like they're
on Dallas
outside
Turner.
backers.
A lot on Dallas Turner's shoulders.
It's gonna be Van Ginkel and Turner.
I really don't like this at all. I was surprised because I've seen some of the rankings of them being like they're ranked as top 10 unit, and I'm just sitting there. I'm like, man, Flores is like the best at this because this unit stinks. This unit stinks.
Adam
lot
Huddle
of
says
rookies.
the Bears have better corners. Do
Lot
you
of
think
r-
the Bears with Tyreek Stevens and Jalen Johnson are better?
Jalen
these two
Johnson's the best corner of that bunch for sure. The problem is Tyreek Stevens is the worst of the four. So, yeah.
James Pierre is weird because he had such a good year last year,
Yeah.
and he's kind of not really been good outside of that.
Very different.
Isaiah
stuff
Rodgers is kind of the
on his
opposite.
plate.
He's just kind of steady Eddie.
Yeah. On paper,
Which
this
for
should be terrible, but I'm sure it won't be.
Brian Flores,
I'm sure it won't
like,
be. It looks bad, but it probably won't be.
I can't go lower than
Somehow.
average, especially
Somehow it
with
won't be.
Flores.
Somehow it won't be bad. It looks terrible. It just
I
looks
can't go
so
lower than
terrible.
average.
I
when
Brian
Flores
understand.
is calling the plays.
I understand. I don't like on paper. Ugh.
But you know they're gonna make it work, though.
Nasty.
That's the thing.
Yeah, it shouldn't work at all. This is like
The,
begging
agree
for first.
The biggest problem is the defensive line, right?
Defensive line, safeties, corners, linebackers. Seems like there's a lot of problems here, but they somehow won't be problems. I don't know. I really don't like this, but again, doesn't matter. Flores will make it work. All right.
But they also don't have gaping holes anywhere either. Like it's
Yeah.
There's nothing that excites you about this except for the play caller. But there's also nothing that's like, ooh, I don't know how you overcome that if the rest of your defense is good.
I mean, two rookies playing along the D line. Not my favorite thing.
Who's the other? Banks and who?
I think Orange is probably going to play, which
You think he's going to play over Jalen Redmond this year?
I think he's going to play over. I don't think Redmond is going to play like if they're in 3-4 and they've got the nose tackle out there. I think it's going to be him or like Levi Drake Rodriguez, which to me says like, oh, he's probably playing. I don't know. I guess Blake Cashman is fine. I like the Golday pick. Man,
They have Eric Wilson.
yeah. I guess Ivan Pace had some splash plays as a.
Daniel
Oh,
Zapp
man.
says, according to NFL media, the Vikings have a Super Bowl roster. Zapp, you sent in a voicemail for us this week, which I really appreciated. Unfortunately, your audio cut out halfway through for about 30 seconds, so I wasn't able to play it tonight. So if you want to call in with your question again, would love to play that next week. I apologize. I listened to the beginning of it earlier in the week, and I was like, ooh, this sounds good. And then when I went to go load it into the thing today, I was like, well, let me just listen to the whole thing through and make sure that it's all good. And then that's when I realized the big gap in the middle that we couldn't. Yeah, meant that we couldn't play it.
All right, just put Arizona in the bad. Let's get rolling here.
Do we want to look at? Do you have any interest in looking at their?
Listen, I love Walter Nolan. That's on the record.
Who doesn't love Walter?
Love Josh Sweat. Love Will Johnson. Love Budda Baker.
Why are you talking about future Packer Josh Sweat? We're not talking about the Packers yet.
Really like Adrian Taylor-Deverson. Really like Garrett Williams. So they're just guys like on paper. I just kind of like this more than Minnesota's, and yet I don't trust the coaching at all.
How dare you, sir? They have Zaven Collins.
Cool.
Remind me who their DC is.
Oh boy, it's
I don't remember. I feel better that you don't remember.
Is it the guy from?
They went so heavy on offense this offseason.
Okay, yeah, I thought he was an assistant for Minnesota at some point. Nick Rallis.
Oh yeah, no. There's just nothing.
I like. This is a problem. I feel like on Arizona's team, I just like a lot of their players. But the coaching's
like
just
Walter
never
Nolan,
been good enough to get. Like I love Nolan, love Will Johnson, Budda Baker.
I don't like Budda.
Taylor Demerson had a nice rookie year. Garrett Williams, when he's healthy, is really fun. And obviously they got Sweat on there.
It's gonna be a bad defense.
Oh. And not to mention, of course, they drafted Caleb Proctor. Let's not forget.
This is true. Although he's hurt now, so he can't play.
Yeah.
I think the most interesting room by far has to be edge, because they're playing Zaven Collins on the edge, but they also have Baron Browning, B.J. Ojolari,
Jordan
Josh
Birch
Sweat for now, although they obviously want to move on from him. Jordan Birch. Yeah, it's there's some interesting pieces to play with here. I'll tell you what I think would have been really interesting. If Jonathan Gannon were just the defensive coordinator for the Cardinals, that would be interesting. Yeah. But you know what? That ain't happening. So they're gonna be bad.
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, we got the South.
We got
now.
one division left. Let's do you pick the South team.
Let's go Atlanta, alphabetical.
All right. Atlanta, Diablo, Xavier Watts.
This is the safety room we're talking about right here, baby. You got
Jesse. You got the ghost of Jesse Watts.
This is the safety room we talk about. Xavier Watts could have won Defensive Rookie of the Year. He's outstanding. Fell to the 90s. That was a disgrace.
You're going to have to talk me on anything better than a below average for this overall defense.
I just wanted to talk. I just want talked about the safeties. Jalen Walker, breakout candidate on the edge. But
year two.
Other than that, I feel as though I'm being gaslit about how good this defense is.
Do you want to go below average or really bad for Atlanta?
Probably below average. I don't know. This is a problem. I like Arizona's defense better on paper. I don't know. I feel like their defensive line is just dudes, guys naming dudes, right? Oh, remember Zach Harrison? Remember Brandon Dorless, right? Oh yeah, remember that Mason Smith cat? They traded Ruka Rororo for him. Remember Samson Ebukam? Braylon Trice, remember him? This is just all just guys naming dudes on their defense.
But all these guys were
I saw
kind of just role players in college, even though.
Correct. I saw a Harold Perkins will win Defensive Rookie of the Year take, and I'm like, we need the season to get here.
That's weird.
He's wearing first off, even if you really like Harold Perkins, he's wearing 56. That's it. It's over. Sorry. He's done. So
What's wrong with a linebacker wearing 56?
Oh, it's just he's not. He's like the hybrid, right? He's like the big nickel safety hybrid linebacker. He was just faster than everybody on the edge, so they played him at edge. But he was 220 playing on the edge. Like it is just like a, I don't know. It's just kind of like a.
What number would you like to see on him? 50?
I think he needs to have a single digit.
40?
Or I'm totally out. Single digit, or I'm totally out.
Single digit. 8. Harold Perkins with 8.
Yeah, that'd be a lot better.
Yeah, that would work.
Anyway,
that would work. Or
I feel like I'm being gaslit on this
him.
defense. But
what's the situation with James Pierce? Is he going to play?
I don't know. He shouldn't. He shouldn't play. Probably will. So
it's a darn shame that AJ Terrell is not good anymore.
And then they got his brother now. It's okay. Everything's fine. They got Avion.
Terrell, our new political ticket.
Yep.
I don't think they should have gotten rid of Ebiketie.
Probably not.
I would have kept him.
I will say
I would have kept Anyamata and Aurora.
Yeah, the Aurora Mason Smith trade is kind of like one of those NBA trades where you're like, oh, they had a second round pick swap. That's interesting. Didn't know you did that. That's what that feels like to me. Their trade probably will amount to nothing. But it is what it is. Okay.
Oh, it took me a second. Joe said the Wookiee, and I finally realized he meant Aurora.
No, that's Scooby Doo. What are we talking about?
For old time's sake, are you going to do it for us? It's July. The people deserve it.
All right.
The people have been hanging out with us here.
Yeah, you're welcome. We should have made that we should have made that a drop or something to have in our media tab over here.
Oh, that would be interesting.
May have to go do that. If
maybe I'll have to go find the original.
If he makes like splash plays, we can think about going to make that a thing. Okay.
I think that feels right. Let's do Tampa next.
Okay.
So Tampa.
I tried to go alphabetical on them.
I think Tampa has a little something to him this year on defense. So they lost Levante David and Jamel Dean, and they brought in Alex Anzalone, Ruben Bain, Josiah Trotter.
Man, this actually could be this could be nice.
I don't like their linebacker room at all. I didn't like Trotter, and I didn't like Anzalone. Okay. I think it's going to be
okay.
I think this is a bad linebacker.
They should have taken CJ Allen instead of Trotter. They did not do that.
I would have been all over that.
That would be really good. If they took CJ Allen, this defense might be like Jazz be fantastic.
Well, the corner and linebacker I think are bad.
So you're not in on Morrison.
Ben Morrison was awful last year.
I don't think he was healthy last year. I don't think he played a lot of games, if I'm not mistaken.
He played last year, 2025. Wasn't he a rookie last year? He played 400 snaps last year.
I don't remember him even
playing. Half the season.
Because of his
played half the season.
Did he really?
Yeah.
Could have fooled me.
I think he played 400 snaps.
Definitely could have fooled me.
I got the answer. Nope, I don't. I thought I had the answer right here. Benjamin Morrison. I can't just say Ben Morrison. He had 384 snaps total, of which 24 were special teams. So 360. So I was close. 360.
Oh, well,
grades are not good. Grades are not good. Oh,
I'm sure they aren't. I have yet to see. It's been a long time since I've seen like I guess Sauce probably rookie quarter where the numbers look good.
But this is a different level of stink, though.
I guess
35 run defense grade.
If we're looking at solo numbers, just like
he ranked 96th out of 109 cornerbacks in coverage. 108th out of 112 total cornerbacks.
Okay. So what do we like about this defense then? Because
for me, it's the safeties. I really like the safeties.
Okay.
Still got Antoine Winfield holding it out there. I think Tyke Smith looked promising.
Okay.
He played 400 snaps at free safety last year, another 300. Make that about 400 in the box. Thought he was promising. their defensive line, I think the weak link there is Kalijah Cansey. But I kind of like everything else they have going. Yaya Diaby, Vita Vea, Ashawn Robinson, Ruben Bain. I think they got some dudes up front. Kalijah Cansey.
I don't know. Can Ruben Bain play with the short arms or no?
No, he can't.
Can he play even? I don't know. Are they even allowing that? Keontae Scott will be fun with Todd Bowles also. This would be a good time. Yeah, Diaby's in that kind of like Jared Verse. I create a lot of havoc, but don't have a lot of production to my name. But that's again still valuable though. Yeah. Good, not great.
Who else do they have in that defensive end room?
Anthony Nelson and Al-Qadim Muhammad. Chris Braswell. Been a long time since we mentioned that name. David Walker was that small school Central Arkansas kid.
David Walker, I could see him getting some playing time. Yeah, it's probably a little thin. This is probably an average to above average defense, I would think. The safeties are probably going to make you right.
Yep.
Average probably feels about right here.
I like it. I like that. Yeah, because they're better on paper than some of those. Minnesota.
Yeah,
for sure.
they are. They're better on paper than Minnesota is.
But you know. Okay. A couple more to go.
Zion McCollum had an okay year last year.
Yeah.
You know, if he can be good enough, he's probably better than anything the Packers have on paper at corner.
Yeah, which is tough.
All right, you want to do the Saints? You want to do the
Either
Panthers,
way,
don't you?
Either way, let's say 10 minutes for these last three, so we can get out of here.
All right, Panthers. Look, we're just gushing over the safeties for Tampa. Carolina doesn't really have any safeties.
Yeah.
Linebacker, they brought in Devin Lloyd. Probably playing Wallace next to him.
I would think so.
Corner, I think they're good
unless
enough.
Jackson Kawach plays.
I don't know who that is. Who the heck is
Their seventh round pick.
This year?
Yeah.
Okay, I don't feel it. You know, you had months to tell me who the heck Jackson Kawach is, and you chose not to. So that's on you.
I just think we ran out of time. We quite simply ran out of time.
I think that their defensive line is going to be good enough. You got Derek Brown in the middle, Jalen Phillips coming off the edge.
If they didn't have Phillips, that edge room would be something.
You're probably looking at Nick Scourton heading into year 2 at A&M as probably being a big contributor this year. He's probably starting opposite Phillips.
I would think so.
Do you think Lee Hunter starts next to Derek Brown, or are we going to be subjected to more Tershawn Wharton?
I think we're not going to see Hunter for a bit.
I think their corners are probably good enough with J.C. Horn and Mike Jackson.
Mike Jackson had a really nice year. Really impressed.
He had a really nice year.
Good stuff for him.
Kind of been building toward that for the last couple of years.
That's a good sign.
Yeah, I think he's really underrated and probably underpaid.
Yes. Based on without Phillips and Lloyd added to this defense, I would have lots of questions. But they recognized that they needed to go that direction, and they took advantage, which you should. I don't think Horn's
Don't forget they have they still have Ejiro Evero there.
They do.
As the DC.
They do. This is true.
I think pass rush freaks me out a little bit.
Yep.
but I like Evero.
Yeah,
And I think they have enough dudes that this is going to be at least an average defense.
I think so. Yeah, I'm starting to like Dallas more and more in that spot, the way we're going through this.
Uh-huh.
I
am too.
Which might be something, there might be something said about the NFC in that regard, but, I do think, yeah. Okay, I've pulled up the Saints defense already.
Should we even talk about it or
goodness.
just slap it right and really bad? I
Holy
mean,
cow.
this is disgusting.
Holy cow.
Let me ask you this.
Wow.
Who is the second best player
All
on their
right,
defense
well, that's
after
not
Chase
nice.
Young? Who's the second best player on their defense?
Gosh,
And why
I know
is it Pete Werner?
Well, I was going to say Werner. I think he's had a solid career. One of my favorites.
Can I
from
take
that
a
class
victory
at
lap
linebacker.
on how awful Brian Brzee has been in the NFL?
Yes, you may. You absolutely may. It's just
they have two guys.
JJ. He did the same thing. Talented Clemson pass rusher, comes out of college, was lauded as a pick in August, fell out of favor quickly, was drafted I think 30th or 29th. Not unlike a fella
wrong.
from Clemson who went to the Chiefs. But the
Could
difference
have just stopped at not
there's a
unlike the
difference.
fellow from Clemson. Just
There
stop right
is-
there and you're
The only thing going for Peter Woods is he's got Spags. Brzee did not get Spags, I fear. And that was pretty much it. Now, they drafted Christian Miller. I like it.
Kristen Miller. Yeah.
I like
Kristen
that.
Miller.
I like that.
I would maybe be
He should play.
interested in
He should be
benching
playing.
Brzee for
Yes,
Miller.
yes,
And play
he's-
him
that's-
next to
100%.
Nathan Shepard.
100%. Miller should be playing on this team. For sure.
Kool-Aid McKinstry has been pretty decent
Yes.
his first 2
not
years.
Bad. We'll take that.
You know what? Can I buy stock on a year 3 breakout for Kool-Aid?
You may, because I think I'm
Okay.
also doing that. And I'm also going to buy just a little smidge of stock on Quincy
Justin
Riley
Reed.
and Jonas Sanker as well, 2025 mid-round picks,
Quincy
who flashed a little bit.
Louisville?
Yeah, Quincy Riley, Louisville, and then Jonas Sanker, safety from Virginia.
That's interesting because I feel like Justin Reed is their best safety. So then they
He
got
probably
three safeties
is.
we like.
He probably is right now. But I really
know what?
like what they're putting together, actually. It's a young
I
unit.
think this. I hate their defensive line,
Yeah.
but I think I'm going to put them in average defense.
Okay.
I think they have enough dudes.
It's now the main event.
I think they have enough dudes. Like their linebackers are decent. Chase Young has been pretty good.
Yep.
I'm not sure who is going to be their second corner opposite McKinstry. Like, please tell me it's not Martin Emerson.
No.
Well,
that's
who might be
interesting,
playing snaps his
'cause
rookie year? Lorenzo Styles.
He might. Not impossible. Not impossible. Yeah, the Saints
Alante Taylor.
really
would be
like their
nice to have
draft,
right
man.
now.
Really like the Saints draft again. Just churn away. Tyson, Miller, Oscar Delp. Man.
If they still had
Jeez.
Alante Taylor, I think this is.
Yeah, it would be nice.
I think
if
for
they
the
did.
for the corners, I'm dropping them down to below average. But,
That's fine.
But if they can find a second corner,
Yeah.
they might do
I
okay.
like where we're headed. I like what we're doing with this unit. So, okay. Main event, Green Bay. Where does Green Bay go?
Well, I think they're better than most of the schmucks we've been talking about. I don't think you can put them below this tier of above average
Okay.
because you have really good safeties. You have
We do
Edger and
have
Cooper.
good safeties.
I think that the defensive line, by the end of the year, by the time you're talking playoffs, they
Yeah.
should be okay.
I think my take on them is they're going to start out average. Because to start the season, they're not going to have everybody. And then when they can hit stride with Parsons, I think when Van Ness starts to, I think, get where we think he could be, they're still going to have, the corner is still going to be, it's not going to be good. There's no way. There's just no way.
No,
it's just not going to happen.
But Jonathan Gannon never gets to work with great cornerback rooms, and he makes it work.
We're not drafting any corners next year, Gannon. Figure it out, buddy.
I think he's going to make it work. I'll tell you where my biggest question mark is, because I already know the corners are going to be bad. I already know the safeties are going to be good. The biggest question mark for me really is at linebacker. I don't know what to expect out of Zaire Franklin.
Completely.
I really don't know.
Yep.
I mean, he was really bad last year, but he's always kind of been average. And I think if you have average play out of Zaire, and if Edgerrin takes a step, I think you're going to be okay at linebacker.
Yeah.
And I
the
think
trading
I do
for
kinda
Zaire,
trust Gannon.
the trading for Zaire was really upsetting because obviously hindsight 2020. CJ Allen fell to 53. He fell that far. That would have been kind of sick. Him with Cooper. But once they traded for Franklin, that was kind of looked like out the window. So it was a little unfortunate, but yeah, Franklin's probably better than last year. Don't love it, I agree. I think Evan Williams could become premier type of player this year.
That would help a lot.
And I think Cooper will also. I think those are two guys that I expect a lot out of.
I'd like to get some improvement out of Javon Bullard.
For sure.
I know everybody else loves him. I'm really, really out on him right now. I'd like to see some significant steps in the right direction for Bullard. And if we can get that, I think Gannon can cover up for the fact that we don't have corners in the regular season.
Right, for sure.
I don't
in
have
in the regular season. You're right. Listen,
I don't have faith in this cornerback room heading into the playoffs at all. But
for sure,
that's a long ways away from now.
Yeah,
Goody got Rasul Douglas in the middle of the season a few years ago.
Should have got Rasul Douglas now. Right before Washington did.
Man.
Darn it. But yeah, he's going to be bargain hunting. There's no question. I think he's going to watch these corners in training camp. He's going to watch them. He's going to watch them in preseason.
Last year he sat on his freaking hands.
He's good. Yeah, I don't know. There's going to be a lot of final cut down day practice squad looking for guys, as there should be. So
it was really weird. Like I'm going to go make this really aggressive move in the offseason to go get Micah Parsons. And then once the season begins, I'm going to sit on my hands or take a nap for the rest of the year. I don't understand that at all. I really don't. And you got Jeff Hafley, who needs good corners to execute his scheme. You don't give him anything to work with. And just, we just piss away the whole season with these dog water corners who can't play. And then, huge holes on the interior of the defensive line. He's not doing a darn thing to address it. And so if we get another year of that type of inactivity mid-season from Goody, we're in trouble. Yeah. I choose to believe that he's going to actually do his job this year once the season begins, unlike last year. And so for that reason, I think we're going to find a workable solution at corner to get us through the regular season. I'm hoping that by the time we head into the postseason, you're feeling good about the combo of St. Just, Valentine, Cisse, whatever that you're putting out there, and maybe insert scrap heap find who was a gem. Joe says, "What about Trayvon Diggs?" Sure, bring him back. Why not? I don't care. It's you can't do worse than Keyshawn Nixon.
There's a great destroy the cap move, but I wouldn't do it.
Draft 2 more corners, one highly. Don't get Jake started on Cisse.
We did do all of those things.
Was a big addition.
We did sign a corner, and we did draft 2, one of them very highly. We did do that.
I think I'm a little nervous.
You can't argue with that. That's true. We did do it.
I'm a little nervous about the potential of Hargrave not working out. I think he will work out.
Yeah, but I do think you have to put all
I
possibilities
want it
on
out
the
there that I'm a
table.
little nervous that it might not work out because he did have a hard time toward the end in Minnesota, and that felt like maybe it's a little bit of scheme or maybe it's a little bit of him losing a step with age. And
Yeah,
that has me a little nervous.
Yeah.
But I like reuniting him with Gannon. I really like that. If we can get Josh Sweat as well, I think that you cement us in above average to start the season.
That would be nice. Just because you mentioned that with Halfley, I went and looked at Miami's corners, and man, Chris Johnson is like all they got. Man, it's rough out there. I feel bad. I feel bad for Halfley. It's gonna be a tough year in Miami. It's gonna be a tough year. So anyway, but again, they got Micah. I think they did their little. I think have 2 players from the 2024 class who could really leap onto the scene. It's just, again, they exist on kind of more of the spine of the defense. Whereas when teams are trying to potentially attack the boundary, the field, do they have what it takes out there? And, man. Listen, I know they drafted him highly. My hope is that they take their time. I don't want his confidence destroyed. Well, he's hopping around.
You guys hear what he's
there.
saying? He's saying,
he's
suffer through Keyshawn Nixon and know that it's in service of the greater good.
Yes, I think that's right. Because that man hopping around out there pre-snap and not sitting still and being out of position because he can't sit still. We can't have that. We can't
in the playoffs.
We can't destroy confidence like that. And that's my biggest concern. So, anyway, this has been a lovely discussion.
Can I ask you one
question
before we wrap?
Yeah, of course. You may.
Do you think bringing back Keyshawn Nixon on the roster this year, after how he played last year and what he did in that playoff game against the Bears, do you think bringing him back on the roster at any price at all was a defensible decision?
I think if they had enough if they had what, as you pointed out, if they had like what Minnesota has, I would say that's indefensible. The problem is how bad it is in the room to where it's like,
and he's holding out for more money.
Yeah. If the room wasn't as bad as I think it is, I think it would be indefensible. The problem is I think it is that bad. And so, listen, you got to. It's. I think they're hanging their hat on it's a new scheme. That's the deal. So,
it's
listen,
just odd.
They should be drafting 5 of them.
They've
next
gotten
year,
rid
period.
of locker room cancers before, and they're choosing not to do that here.
Yeah, could be a problem for sure. This is why I said there's like a move you could make that would destroy your cap, but like, I don't know.
Name?
Oh, Denzel Ward would destroy your cap, but like, legitimately, if you think you could win it all, I feel like desperation might call for it. So,
yeah, I don't know, man.
that's the problem.
He's
problem.
trending the wrong way though.
Misa,
I know
Misa
Cleveland's having
desperate.
problems, but
Misa desperate. JJ, Misa desperate. Okay, I don't know what to say.
Here's the big problem.
Nothing.
I think your value per dollar for Denzel is about equal to Keyshawn.
Oh man, it's tough.
He's been
You hate to
bad the
see
last
that.
couple of years, man.
You hate to see that.
Denzel is not Denzel anymore.
And yet, I would definitely take that over everyone that we have currently.
Yeah. Well, it's
Um,
bad. It's definitely bad. But I'm putting him in above average. Acknowledging that it probably could be a shaky start to the year.
Good news is they play the
I'm
Jets.
praying Baron Sorrell,
Atlanta.
DDS, Brenton Cox, Colin Oliver, that those guys contribute enough.
Oh man.
And if they go make a move for Josh Sweat, I'm cementing this as above average. I think this is clearly the 6 best defenses in the NFL, and I would say the Vikings have I don't know if I want to use the word potential, but like the capability of sneaking in there in a really annoying way and just putting up the kind of numbers that make them in the top 7 defenses in the conference.
Yeah.
Drew says St. Juice was the 12th highest graded corner by PFF last year. We don't talk about him very much.
I have some great reasoning for that one. I have just 2 words
Snap
for
count.
you. Just 2 words for you. Jesse Minter. That's all I got for you.
Gannon.
That's all I got for you. I think he's really good at his job. And so,
Well,
I think that's a major part of it.
I will say he was really consistent last year.
I know.
And if you're talking about
Jesse was just
what
cooking.
Gannon does really well, Gannon is good at getting more out of subpar corners than what you think they have in the tank.
That's perfect. That's our entire room. It's great news.
And one trader.
It's great news.
We have a subpar room with 1 trader in it. And
It's great
it's a
news
shame
for our
he's still
entire
on the
room.
roster.
Because that's what it is.
Oy vey. Well, listen. I think with it being 10 o'clock Central Time. Oh, Joe says over under week 4, CCA gets his first career pick. I'm going over. First career pick?
Well,
We got to talk about like when he's going to get on the field. Man.
here's the thing. Yeah, we got to talk about when he's going to get on the field. I will say, if he gets on the field, he is in prime shape to early take advantage of QBs who definitely could throw the ball in harm's way. We're starting with Kyler, right? Potentially in harm's way, kind of a chuck it up deep and just Cisse runs under it because he's fast. Geno Smith loves to be aggressive. Whoever's going to start for Atlanta, bad possibility there. Baker can get a little reckless at times, possibility there. And then Mr. Off-Target himself, Caleb Williams, week 5.
If they put him on the field at MetLife, we riot. I shouldn't say
They
if,
shouldn't
I should
play
say
anybody.
when they put him.
They should play that game. They should play the game in a few days before they strip that field after the World Cup final. Okay? They should be playing that next Monday. Okay? Just get that game out of the way while grass is still out there. No,
Can
but
I-
like
can I
that's
ask you
kind of
one
where we're
question
at.
Before we wrap up here,
I actually kind of like it. The question is he going to play? Right? We've seen Golden. We've seen other guys, first picks of drafts, just not get a lot of reps. But I do think, like, if he were to get on the field, opportunity is there early in the season against quarterbacks who tend to be aggressive for the wrong reasons. So I don't mind that question at all.
can I ask you this? We ranked the Packers' offensive supporting cast as average. We ranked their quarterback as elite. We ranked their defense as above average.
You ranked the quarterback as elite.
I knew you were gonna clarify that.
You did that.
That's where we ranked them. With ranking them that way, would you expect them to win the NFC North this year? Based on the rest of the division didn't rank very highly for us.
They did not. I think they'll be in the fight to do so, for sure. I think as of now, when we did our things, I'm still kind of on Detroit to win it this year. But again, I think it's going to be one of those years. Everybody's kind of, it's going to be one of those weird tight race all the way.
Sure.
Years for them.
My big problem.
They're
going to
be in the thick. They're going to be in the thick of it.
I'm just not sure where Detroit really got better from last year. Like, we still think they're going to have offensive line problems.
Agreed.
And cornerback problems. And now they're going to have safety problems.
Yeah. But
they're going to have the same edge problems they had last year. Hopefully for them, their defensive tackle situation improves.
Yeah. Yes, Detroit did not get much better, but I'm not sure many of the teams got much better.
Drew says if we don't win the division, should either Gutekunst or LaFleur be on the hot seat or fired? How long will they get without winning the division? My answer is yes. Like, it's been since 2021. You went and traded 2 first-round picks for Micah Parsons. You have your quarterback.
You should win it this year.
You've had a trillion draft picks in the last few years. You got to be hitting on them. The coaching has to be better. Like, this is not a play calling question. I'm not talking about play calling. I'm talking about the locker room management. The locker room management from Gutekunst and LaFleur has been atrocious for the last couple of years.
Yeah.
If you do not have a strong season this year, why should we think that you're trending in the right direction? Why should we think next year's going to be better than this year? What would possibly make us think that? Like, I think you're looking at, with the way the roster is constructed, with the cap situation, with the core pieces that you have, you're looking at a 3-year window right here of you need to be maximizing this window. You have your pass catchers in place.
Yeah.
You have Micah. You have Jordan. This is a 3-year window that you've opened up here. If you don't have a good year this year, I don't know why you would think it's going to get better next year. So I think I would rather at that point say, hey, let's change out the head coach and try and move things forward, roll the dice with Jordan and this offensive core and Micah Parsons with a different head coach. Now, it depends on like the how you get to where you get at the end of the year, because we've certainly seen over the last few years where the record or where you finish in the postseason does not tell the whole story, and you actually have to have been there to understand how you got to where you get there. But if we sit here at the end of the 2026 to 2027 season saying this was a bad year where the team underperformed again, heads have to roll. The team has been trending the wrong direction ever since that playoff win against Dallas. It's been trending the wrong way ever since. Like, starting with that Brazil game, the team has trended the wrong way ever since. There has not been any improvement in the overall condition of the team, other than a blip at the beginning of the 2025 year where you played 2 banger games against the Lions and the Commanders, and we're like, man, this team looks great. Don't worry about how thin the roster is. Don't worry about, like, we can't survive losing Devontae Wyatt or Micah Parsons or Tucker Kraft or whatever. Like, if we start missing a couple of those guys, it's all going to crumble because there's no depth.
Yeah.
But the team has been trending the wrong way. You have to reverse that trend and go the right direction, or heads have to roll. And I'm good on cutting ties on both of them if you can't get positive momentum trending for this team. And Jake, you and I, just the other day, you and I were looking offline at the best players drafted all time by the Packers. And we were both pretty dismayed to see how far down the list you had to go to start finding Gutekunst players. It was very, very concerning.
Yeah, which I mean...
And granted, he's only been here for 7 years. Is that right? 8 years?
I think
8 years.
Actually,
this
This was his 9th draft, wasn't it? It was 18 his first draft. So 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 20. Yeah, it'd be 9th draft this year.
So, like, you got Jordan Love, but, like, it's Elton Jenkins and Jordan Love, and then a lot of, like, yeah, this guy looks really good. Hopefully he finishes his career out on a strong note.
Yeah. I just don't know. Yeah, I think if it goes poorly this year,
Joe says I think certain coordinators will see the door before Matt LaFleur.
This is the problem, though.
Bozo won't fire any of his friends. Joe Barry is the only friend he's ever fired. He waited for Luke Getsy and who's the other guy who left? Hackett to get hired away to better jobs, Mike McCarthy style, and then welcomed them back into the organization with open arms when nobody would touch them for over a year. He will not move on from his buddies. Sorry to yell, but I have a lot of pent-up frustration about the tolerance of mediocrity that we've seen from LaFleur. There's been a lot of tolerance of mediocrity from LaFleur. Now,
for sure,
he moved on from certain kinds of coaches, but there's been a lot of tolerance of mediocrity from this man.
Yeah.
I think a hot seat would do him good. He doesn't seem like he feels a lot of pressure to do anything.
Yeah, and I know, and again, I think we kind of talked about, like, yeah, Ed Policy didn't want to have potential lame duck. I don't know, man. I think it was always the right move to put them in, like, a position where extensions are not set to begin 26, but we didn't do that. So, yeah, I've been pretty clear on, like, the last couple drafts. Goody has kind of trended the wrong way for me. Didn't like 21 at all. 22 and 23. Good. Heralded by a lot of selections, which should always be the move. I still believe in 24. 2020 was really bad except for Love. And yeah, I mean, 18 had your one player, 19 had a couple. And I think Goody did a good job.
You can't be a draft and develop team and not hit on your draft picks.
We need some stars, man.
Like we keep talking about how all these rooms are really thin, and there's a bunch of young guys who have never played in all these rooms.
It is truly kind of insane when you think about, like, Goody trying to swing for the fences in round one very, very often, and those guys just not. It's just it's a very famine type of thing, and then it's like, all right, now I got to find all, my role players and stuff like that, and then we're not swinging really in the in the later rounds in the day 3 area where it's like, no, we should be like Howie Roseman's like, no, we're looking for starters on day 3, not looking for special teamers. Oh, look, we need to back up this insert position. No, where are my starters on day 3? I think it's just a mentality that you have to have. Be arrogant as possible. You've made it to this job. So
it's almost like the Packers want to play Moneyball, but without actually trusting any of the actual analytics.
Yeah, there's very much a, like, this is our process. That sounds interesting. We may incorporate a little. But
it's
we're
the
not.
Process because it's the way we do things, not because the math backs it up.
Right,
That's what
correct.
pisses me off.
Correct.
Example, drafting frickin' kickers.
Trading up to draft kickers. Getting rid of an extra swing
to go get a
kicker. Getting rid of an extra swing to go get a kicker. Like, what are we doing? You didn't have a lot of picks to begin with. There were a lot of spots that could have used some competition. As we've talked about, defensive tackle, O-line, corner.
Guard.
Draft a third
we get
corner.
Some guards who aren't tackles, please?
Draft third corner.
Turns out guards know how to play football too. You don't have to play tackles at center.
Yeah. But
all right.
We're rambling.
Jake, we need to call it because it's way past bedtime.
Yeah. Yeah.
This was a good one though. It was fun. I thought. Whoops.
It's okay. Oh man,
This thing is hilarious.
gosh, I disappeared in the postseason really quick there. Sorry.
It was fun. I appreciate that question from. Let me see who put that one up. Joe contributed. Who had the? Drew. Drew's question. If we don't win the division, yeah. Appreciate the question, Drew.
Drew got us going.
Everybody.
Appreciate
it.
The third half of the show was log. Long third.
Look,
half,
it's the middle of the offseason. We could do whatever we want to.
It's true.
5 people watching us total.
You're right.
It's 58, but who's counting?
You're right.
All right. Love you guys. Appreciate you. We'll see you next week on Monday night. Go Pack. Go.